part because it's actually kind of more entertaining than me just sitting there doing nothing. But
That's fine.
so I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and just use these conveyors, and I'll go ahead and put them in storage. At some point, I realized, oh, I'm not going to have enough, conveyors for all the stuff I want to put through, so I'll use some mergers. Hence, the abundance of mergers you're probably seeing around. And then, at some point, I realized, oh, snap. These things aren't being organized at all. Well, that's a problem for later, Chris. And later, Chris will just use smart splitters, and it'll be all good to go. Thus, we have the spaghetti here, and an overdone smart splitter setup. Now, I want you to take a look at this one thing right here. This one thing I'm looking at.
Yeah. What is going on here anyways?
Nonsense.
It's like the one thing in an otherwise symmetrical
Nonsense.
system.
So apparently mergers have a tendency to break the alignment of conveyors. So
I've actually seen this in our current world. Yeah.
So the merger, before I put the merger there, this whole line was just straight. But then I put the merger in, and then I actually had I ended up deleting the thing for a reason because I needed to move some of these lines around.
Yeah, sure.
And this line got deleted. And lo and behold, when I tried putting it back, it's like, it's too steep or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. Just let it go back. Stop that. So what I'm assuming is that, when you build these things, you typically would use like a spline tool or something like that. So I'm assuming that there's something happening with the spline bones when they're trying to connect out of a merger, like that they get like jumbled up. And it probably just works that people wouldn't notice if it's like long enough. But in this case, it was probably just at that limit.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, we have one of these in our base. Obviously, it's not as present because everything else is spaghetti.
So what do you think of these Mark IV conveyors?
Yeah.
Look how fast they go. You haven't even said the Mark III conveyors yet.
I don't even have Mark II.
Oh yeah, these
got Mark II in the factory, but not in like.
Let me tell you. So when we get in case steel beam production, we just let it print. What we need to make sure we do at some point. If you look at my map, you can see where we are.
Yeah, I'm going through the Futurama tube right now.
Oh wait, which one did you go into?
I don't know, the one you jumped down.
Oh, that one? I'll follow you. Okay, you're going to my oil plant. I'll show you my oil refinery. Keep going down that.
Oil? I'm at limestone right now.
No, yeah, you go into the next tube. I put in there's no like junction boxes for tubes, so I put breakpoints in it. So that's that keeps going, so it breaks again.
So you just like jump in the general area and it'll suck you up.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to like jump off a hill and then like land in it and it goes. You can see all
this is some cool scenery, man, compared to like the boring desert we live in. What the heck?
I was telling you, I meant to tell you to hit dunes, but you hit the other location. We can move up here.
I confirmed with you like 4 times, man.
I didn't know which. They added
you were like,
more options.
choose the desert. And I was like, which desert?
There was
like,
only
just
4 options when I started.
Well, either way, it's fine. It's not really that big of an issue. I mean, I'm not really concerned about moving, frankly.
Yeah.
If we want to build like another factory somewhere else, we can always do that.
Yeah.
But,
so we're going to the nearest oil. This is up here is the nearest oil. All that stuff you're seeing is the plastic. So I just have all the plastic being made over there.
Yeah, which is something we haven't even gotten to yet.
Forever to make this conveyor set up here. But this is particularly one of the reasons why I say like we need to make sure the conveyors are on these lines, because the tubes go on these lines, and pipes go on these lines.
Well, see, you're doing it for like just
future-proofing, lining it up, making sure you can, because you need the supports to put the tubes on. So go ahead and use the same conveyor lines at the same time.
So you can't just like have the supports on their own thing?
They have the same like support like the regular conveyors do, but you need if you just let it do willy-nilly, you can't go up high enough. So you can't mount. So like you'll see it here in a minute. Where are you?
Yeah, but I mean you can build a special system for that. I'm not too worried about it.
So like
I think it's not really a hard and fast
so we're about to go on a bunch of cliffs here. You can't get on the cliffs without the conveyor poles easily, without doing a bunch of other nonsense. Oh, yeah. This tube system here is really fun and really fast. So, but notice how tall I had to make these things to just to keep them,
moving.
stable. Yeah.
You can even see that, like, as you're going up that little bit of ramp at the beginning of this tube, it is a little slow.
You can hold you can hold down if you want to go back in the other direction, and also acts as a brake. So I just like tap it a little so I don't like accidentally fall off the mountain.
Oh man, I got some lag. I was moving so quick.
But yeah, so like you can notice like if you want to go up that high and climb this hill, you have to use the poles, which sets you up for pinning conveyors down. And so keep on going down the tube system, and we'll
Yeah,
go to
that
my
one's a little
oil refinery.
higher. That one's a little. I can't actually get into that one without
Really?
the thing that I don't have, the blade
Oh, you
runner.
don't have the edge of the blade. You don't have a blade runner. Oh shoot,
Maybe I can climb. Hold on. Actually, no. Okay.
that
What?
works.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. I managed to climb
Yeah,
the
I'm
ladder
about
on
to
the
say
side.
the ladder's there. That's another thing. The
Something
ladder's
I'm
important.
not used to.
But yeah, look how deep this one. This one took me forever to put in. And mind you, these are Mark III conveyors, not Mark IV conveyors yet. You can see the oil down to your left there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And
Oh,
those are my prized possession, my oil generators. Oh, you can see the tube. That I showed you this tube picture, right? Oh, you're about to go
Yeah, you
down
did. You did. Yeah.
it. It's so trippy.
What? Oh my god, it lagged. It actually rubber banded me back to it. What's going on here?
This is what
What's this misalignment you got here, huh?
I put
This
these down
imperfection.
first when I was putting this little catch wall, and then I put those down, and
Dude, these floors are awesome though. When did we get these floors?
oh, the concrete.
As opposed to like the jank that we've got.
So these are just the
Metal.
concrete ones. You have to spin. You have to get them. You only can get them out of the awesome shop.
Ah, dang. That sucks.
So I have an alternative recipe. So this is the thing I was getting to. We need to make sure we spend some time getting alternative recipes for the hard drives, because if you look at my refinery here, I have residual plastic and residual rubber, which means with the residual plastic, when it can take in directly crude oil and output fuel, which is used by the fuel, obviously, generators. So I don't have to refine the fuel. So I'm saving myself one refinery at a time.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good alternate recipe.
Yeah.
Then.
I got 4. Look at this. Pop here. Let's look at one of the generators and just see how much megawatts it makes.
I wish I could. But
Oh, you can't jump over that?
I'll have to choose this one over here. It's a fluid buffer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow, you
just got a
blocked your
bigger
ladder.
fluid butter. I just got a bigger fluid buffer as well with the most recent
you'll-
stuff.
You just have to tell me, because
Or you can
you have very clearly not built this for
the
people
who can't
without
jump
that.
over it. I didn't think anybody.
I mean, to be fair, why would you? I mean, it's
But this one's just on the default level, or there was one overclock.
probably easy to make things.
So you see that megawattage there?
Yeah, I do.
That's
Pretty
almost
good.
double or triple one coal generator.
Looks like we've got a lot of coal generators to make. We should go hop on.
Oh
that.
yeah, we should go back to my coal plant, and you can see how ridiculous that setup is.
That's fine.
Or do you want to just
You
jump
can show
into-
me as we build it
Yeah.
in real
All
time.
right, so let's
It's
pop
probably
into.
better for learning that way.
Guess I'll save real quick.
I'm gonna exit the main menu, so
And I'll let you.
give me a few seconds and I'll have it up.
But yeah, that's what we have to look forward to here in the not too distant future. Mind you, that
Not
took
too
me
distant,
like
yes.
a week to get to that.
I imagine a week of like playing nearly daily, right?
Yeah, for like at least 3 hours. Or, well, not 3 hours, but 2 hours.
We can assume that's 5 weeks
Yeah.
times
I know.
at least.
I know. Last time I checked,
Oh,
that
you already
save
in,
was at
nice.
65 hours.
Man, we are like oonga boonga primitive compared to what we just saw.
At least
We
we
got
got
some
blade
work to do.
runners, so that's important.
True. That's
Um,
actually better in this world for me.
Yeah. So do note, originally when I built the coal plants, I tore down all of my biofuel. We're not going to tear down any of these. We're just going to leave them here and just not manage it as much. It will still get
Yeah,
managed.
no, I think honestly that's just the best way to expand. Because I mean, think about it. We've got plenty of. We can always expand out. You know what I mean?
So, some goals are to go hunting for some hard drives.
Can we start with the coal because that's where we ended off. Like,
Oh,
let's.
Can we make coal? No, we can't.
We should have. I thought
No,
we,
no,
I
we're
thought we got to
building
the
it
point
now.
where
We need
could.
more rotors. We need 5 more rotors and 42 more plates.
Is that smart plates?
No, not smart plate. Well, the smart plates are being built, just the regular plates or the reinforced plates.
Oh, okay. That's right. I actually stopped the smart plates so we could get those. Hang on, let me see what we've got.
I almost don't want to even bother with this thing. It's so ridiculous. It's so inferior
And
to
these
my
conveyor
previous
belts.
creation, but my previous creation is such a monster and disaster.
Oh, what happened? Wait a minute. The darn smart plates are activated again. How did that happen?
Well, we need them anyways.
Yeah, but we don't need them right now. We got 500. That's gonna take ages. We need to stop this and.
It
I'm
probably
trying to
just
understand
didn't
how did I.
save last time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
It
happened.
probably got you probably turned it off like right after we saved last. Or well, I guess you control the save, but
Strange. Let me turn that back off. Well, unfortunately, that means we have 0. Wait, did we even load the right one? Let me make sure. Let me reload real quick.
all right.
I'm gonna like do a man. I hit continue. Maybe it loaded the wrong one.
Maybe it didn't autosave.
I'm thinking maybe it loaded an autosave, which is, I mean, it's not a big difference. It's like 2 minutes. If we end up in the same spots that we just spawned in, then there's nothing that can be done. But I mean, yeah, it's not that much of a difference. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Whatever. You should be good to rejoin if you... Yeah, okay. I spawned in the same spot, so I don't think it'll make a difference.
Well, nope, the conveyors are they're definitely lagging for me, but all right, I'll live with it.
Oh, I might be able to fix that real quick. Hang on.
Doing what?
This might disconnect us. Let's see.
There's an option.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you still in the game, or did you get disconnected?
It feels like I got disconnected because I can't open any menus. Well,
Yeah, you're floating in the air for me.
Nope. Nope.
What?
It
No,
lagged me.
you're moving, but
I'm here
where
now.
are you?
I'm below you now. Well, I'm next to you now.
Ah.
I should be good.
Yeah, it looks like we got through that connection hurdle. How are the conveyor belts now?
The screws are just in the middle of the air. Oh well, that's fine. What did you do?
I hopped off a VPN. I think it was probably just throttling the internet a little bit.
All right.
The offset is probably just some jank with the fact that I'm hosting off my desktop, as opposed to like a dedicated server, you know.
We're gonna need more rotors because each coal plant requires about 2 rotors.
Well, they're automated.
I'm just
so
gonna
we'll
take
just give them
those.
some
We're
time.
just gonna take
We'll
those
come
2.
back to this.
All
Let's
right.
go hunt for hard drives or something while this accumulates.
What
Let me
part?
join you for that, though. Well, I mean, you said we need to go hunt for like hard drives and alternate recipes, right?
Those will require resources. I have unlocked coal. Coal is now unlocked. Congratulations.
Milestone reached.
Where did you get
Coal is
the
an improved
plates?
alternative
Oh, they were just
power
hanging out in
source
the
to
assembler.
biomass and can be fully
Oh,
automated
okay, cool.
if provided
The
water
assemblers will
with the new
stack up
pipeline
to
buildings and power
will
throughout
stack
the
up to
initial
that
setup.
count.
Coal has been added to the
Okay.
resource scanner.
So maybe you can now
See, with
scan for
Factorio,
coal.
well,
Ensure the close proximity
yeah, with
of water to the
Factorio,
coal production
the
line.
assemblers,
Note,
they hold
pumps
like a
will aid in
minimal
vertical
amount, so I'm not
transport
really
of
used to there
fluids
being
through
more than
pipes.
just a few.
Note, throughput and
good to keep
volume
in mind.
indicators are added to each pipe section automatically.
Yeah, so yeah, if you wanted those floor pieces, it's on their foundations. I don't think we have them yet. They become an
Probably
option
not.
later.
We have nothing.
We can get concrete pillars, and oh yeah, we can get concrete set. It's gonna cost 3. Yeah. Essentially, that's like the thing to do at certain points. Like in my state, I actually have 2 awesome sinks. One of them is just grinding up sulfur freely, and the other one is just kind of grinding up my spare resources. And I just do that to like constantly generate, because it's like a logarithmic formula for like increasing the difficulty of what you can get out of it. So at some point, it takes like 3 hours to get like 2% if I'm just grinding up sulfur or even iron ingots or something.
Oof. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So I would have to constantly feed it versatile frames just to get like 1% at a time.
And at that point, they're just telling you to stop.
So hard drive hunting, we need ideally we would have the object scanner search
We've
for.
got coal.
Yes,
We've got coal, so we don't need to do hard drive yet. So we can let the resources accumulate a little bit.
One of the things we get with the alternative resources is compact coal, which is only really used in the coal generators, and those help out with the coal processing because you can just have an excessive coal line because you would have a lot more compact coal because you need sulfur and coal for it. But it has like double burn efficiency or something.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good. First, we need to find coal. So
I have power and rotor. We have one pod over there. There's a coal somewhere. The thing that says sandlot on the map is well, we can scan for coal now.
yeah, we can.
It shouldn't be that far away. I'm pretty sure I saw some.
Ooh, it's kind of far away. But there's like a massive amount over there, next to the left of the quartz on the map. You see where that is?
What's that?
I think that'd be a good place to set up a power plant.
It's not near any water though. Well, I guess it's near some
What do you
water.
mean? It's near a lot of water, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It might be. Well, I guess we'll see when we get over there.
Yeah, let's make our trip. Let me find you this so we can travel in pairs, lest we run into creatures. How many rotors do you think we need though? First, I've got 39
We can
on
see
me.
here in the power generator. It's 10 rotors, 20 plates, 30 cable.
All right, hang on. Let me pull that up so I can take a look at myself.
I'm gonna put it. And we get
Dang,
we
that's
have
kind of
pipes now,
expensive.
by the way. So that means we get a stackable support pipe, junction, pump. I don't bother with the regular support anymore. I just use the stackable poles. And we now have fluid buffer. We get a jumbo fluid buffer. It's this giant ball-looking thing. It's crazy.
All right, I can make 3, 4, no,
We'll need
almost. I can
conveyors.
almost make
Oops.
4. All right, I'm good to go. I should have enough stuff to build at least a few of those coal generators. Are we gonna build them out there? Or
That's up to you. We can, but we have to drag power lines with us as we do it.
I mean, you're the man with the plan, so you tell me.
We have tons of water here.
based on
What I
experience.
do in my setup is I have a compressed coal assembly plant near the coal mine, and then I just conveyor back the compact coal and regular coal, because the refinery, I have a recipe for making steel out of ingots and out of iron ingots and coal, and that's one of the best recipes I found, and it's just like absolutely amazing for steel production, and we're gonna need it, steel production, when we get to the next phase.
Then let's do that. It's gonna be a long distance, but we can make it work.
All
But
right,
yeah,
I'll
let's see if we
start
can get the
setting
coal
up
coming back.
the conveyors, the conveyor
Oh.
poles
Okay. Yeah.
as we
You
go
wanna do
out
that.
there, and I'll keep them in line. I need more rods. I'll go and get more rods. God,
Yeah, you
man,
need a lot
my
of them.
inventory is so much smaller than what my personal one is, and a lot of concrete. So
We need to build out. Yeah, we really need to just build out more of these forges or smelters.
oh, don't forget, you're gonna need some. You got some berries and stuff.
Yeah, I got a few.
All right, I got
Just for
some if you
help.
need any.
Why does my attacky thing?
Your
this is
zapper?
Freaking, yeah, why does that have like a health bar?
A health bar?
Yeah, in the bottom left, it's like half usage or something.
Is
Oh,
it
that's
your
just like a visual thing?
is it your
or-
scroll wheel?
No, it's in the bottom left, just above the health.
Iron. Why do I have iron in my inventory?
You can-
Oh, that's why, because I can't put it anywhere. I can't dump
that's
my
the
iron
exact same
anywhere.
reason I've got it. I've got just 141 iron ingots.
I might as well
don't
just
really
slow
need-
down. Oh, one of the things that I've learned is that underclocking is very important. Well, I kind of got told that ahead of time.
Oh, hold up. Underclocking?
So you can underclock the output of the equipment, just in case you want to reduce power.
Oh, well, in that case, it just means you've got a bottleneck of power, which means you need to resolve the power
like
problem.
I ran it. Until like the coal started working at a certain enough level, I was tweaking the power on the coal generator so much. It's kind of a headache, but I think they may have fixed it. We'll see when we get out there. And this is
Do you
with
think
Mark II
maybe-
poles now I got, and that kind of solved some of the issue.
Do you think that maybe power just becomes the most scarce resource we'll end up using?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of thing I was hitting at in our previous sessions, is that you can
Yeah.
have as big of a factory as you want, but until we get like fuel generation, and or if we want to have massive power plants hanging out everywhere, it's just like it's kind of a headache.
Well, like, if you come here real quick and just, do you see the really long, you know, ignore the vibrating whale too, but if you see like the actually long pipeline that I've got going with resources, the goal that I'm trying to do is to have that always moving. So you can see it like stops for a second because it's not taking in as many
Yeah.
resources, which means I have more volume to consume in the factory to make more items.
Well, yeah, you're
I mean,
you're
as
also
you
going to
can
be
do that.
you're going to be getting to that point where you're going to tear down a lot of things, and you're going to because you're going to get alternative recipes. So you might consolidate like 2 constructors into a refinery,
I
or
guess
you know
so,
a smelter or whatever, a
That-
foundry.
Frankly, I'm almost. I mean, obviously it's a power issue, but assuming we have the power, I'd rather just leave
Milestone
this here since it
exchange
functions
concluded.
fine.
Fix
Because
it,
I mean,
freighter re-entry complete.
unless the alternate recipe is huge, you know, obviously we have to make the choice.
Yeah, that-
but like
yeah,
tearing
you
things
get it.
down is, I don't know. I don't like that idea.
Well, see, the thing is, like, well, if you want to put things in front of the conveyors, you'll push back the conveyors a lot,
Well,
or you'll
we'd end up
scoot
making,
everything
new
else forward.
resources. The
So,
idea is that we'd leave this factory and these resources tapped for that, and then we'd go build off something else.
anything works. I mean, if
Yeah, we'll
you probably
figure
didn't
out.
see my coal plant, like it was my coal plant was just like a little bit bigger than what our power system is here, and then I quadrupled its size because I was so desperate for electricity, because I was
Yeah,
just so
I mean that's kind
hungry
of what
for
I
it.
want to. That's what I kind of want to aim for, you know. Like I just want to build it out as much as we can, devote a lot of resources, because I don't want power to be the bottleneck. You know what I'm saying? Like it should
Yeah,
be
until
the
we get-
resources we're tapped into.
I
That's
just
at
now
least
finally got to the point where I
ideally.
have like 2 gigawatts of power, and it's like I can finally do things that I want now. I don't have to really worry about it. I can just slap
Dude,
them
that
on.
worries me.
Yeah, but those recipes though for the oil that I was telling you about, those are so important because going straight to fuel is just so necessary. But all right,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's get this.
let's get the
get the-
coal. Okay,
I guess
do
I
you
will
want to
run.
lay down conveyor poles, or do you want to lay down power lines?
I'll lay down the power lines.
All right, so okay, now we need to figure out where the target is. Are we going to move the the coal plants here, or are we going to leave them out there?
Honestly, we should leave them. No, we bring them here because we want
Yeah.
the coal resource for steel, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like we eventually we'll want that for other recipes as well.
Yeah. So in that case, we'll bring the coal here.
We're
just
still
so we
gonna
can
need to
have that
drag power
resource.
cables out there because we'll need the miners out there as well. Oh, can you build a miner? Because we're gonna want at least 2 coal at minimum going at a time.
So the coal uses the regular miners, right?
Yeah,
So what you're
they're
saying?
just a
Okay.
regular node.
I mean, how many do we have out there? Because I'd like to tap them all.
There's like
If nothing
4,
else, just to.
but it
make sure
depends
we
on
have
where
all the
they
lines out.
are exactly. Because if they're like
Let's
up in the
go.
rocks or if they're down low, our conveyor system might eat up a lot of the initial resources.
Well, I mean, I'll just slap it down. We don't got to
Yeah.
power it for now. It's just so later we don't have to build more miners.
Oh, and also we
There's
should
1,
probably go
2,
get that hard
3,
drive while we're
4,
out there.
5. There's 5. Well, that's
We'll-
spoilers
yeah,
because
we'll
I
wrap
don't know
that
of any
later.
hard drive. I think is our equipment bench. Oh, seriously, where is our equipment bench here?
It's on the other side of where you're at.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Let's build 5 of these miners.
I'll let you worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and start laying down some conveyor poles. I'm guessing you want the conveyor poles going into your current factory because it's gonna come from a completely different direction.
We can bring it to this place first. If we need to, we can bring it down to my factory.
All right, I'm gonna do it at your factory level. The
No,
conveyor poles.
saying bring it like we can do power generation up here. My factory is more for processing, which maybe we'll do that. when we
Okay,
need
so
steel,
remember the
but we
water
don't.
is affected by
No.
gravity, and so that means we have the new water pumps out under the
Oh.
production line,
You don't have any water up here either.
and those had to sit in the water. The
Let's-
water extractors.
Can we bring it?
Oh, we don't have any sheets. Shoot. Oh, we need to be making some copper sheets now.
Oh yeah, we
Did
don't.
we
have
unlock
we don't have
those?
that production. I don't recall having.
Let me
that
go check
unlocked.
these constructors over here. We don't need so much wire. We can probably pause the wire for a little bit.
Maybe what we could do. Oh, I'm about to die now. What is that green resource?
Okay, we can make copper sheet. You, all
Is
right.
that uranium?
Is my what?
Uranium? Oh, it is. That is uranium. We get nuclear power later?
Way later. I haven't even
Anyways,
gotten to those lines yet.
you see where I'm at? Maybe we can build the power down here where this water is. It's like a nice little cove. Plenty of space.
You can pull out a generator. Just like you can see how big it is. They're pretty chunky.
Sure. You said they had to be submerged?
They have to sit on the water, and they'll tell you if it's deep enough.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna get just enough copper sheets to test it out when we're about actually like putting it down later. So we are currently not making any wire or cables, but we should have plenty of that for a while. Come on, work faster, you.
So you gonna join me on that RuneScape?
I haven't ever played RuneScape.
It's a good time to get
Is it
into
like a dedicated? How did you make a dedicated server?
I mean, it's a recreation. Do you know OpenMW for Morrowind?
No.
So it's the same deal with that, where basically some dedicated fans just recreated the whole game. So that really just means there's some bugs and some things are missing, but it works pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, the little.
That also means we have control over things like the grind, because as you may not know,
I do know the grind is ridiculous in that game.
it is very ridiculous. I mean, it's an MMO. They wanted you to be entertained for hours upon hours. But I mean, one of the skills,
Mining.
Slayer, I think, or something. I don't know.
Bad news.
It's
The
like-
stream is not deep enough.
The stream.
You need
I
to
said a
place on deeper
cove.
water. These
No,
little-
no. Don't place the power anywhere near my factory. It's going to
the
take up too
water.
much room.
That's where the water is.
Yeah, but no, look, the cove over there. Keep going. Yeah. You're heading in the right direction.
that's
Basically, where that outlets. Keep going. And like the sea.
We'll see if it actually lets me do it. Remember, the pipes need more pressure to go up. All right, so
Yeah,
it is
that
deep
whole
enough.
area.
All right.
That whole area is what I want to.
All right, it's
where
deep
we
enough
should
there.
place it.
We're good.
And we can keep going along the coast as we need.
So what you want it behind your plant?
I just don't want it near my factory. As far out of the way as possible. Because remember, we're going to expand
You
the
got
coal as much as we
You
can.
kind of got the prime real estate.
Well, yeah, I mean, this place gets expanded, right? So this place is going to keep expanding out. We can't have it run into the coal generators, or we're not going to be able to expand outward.
All right, you putting
It
down
might
power
be like
cables yet?
compact, but I have no idea where you're. Where are you running the darn thing? Are you gonna? Nah.
Where do you want it running? You know, it's
Well,
like
I'm thinking. Hang on. Maybe we should run.
You know what? You want me to handle power cables and you handle the
No,
conveyor poles?
you're fine. You're
All
fine.
right.
I'm still thinking it through.
I
Like,
know,
I think
right?
where you're putting it, we could get this to work, but it would have to go
Yeah.
through my factory. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can always go over it. We can go
True,
up
we
and
could.
over.
We do have that vertical space. Not something I'm used to thinking about. I think if we travel along the river here, we'll be fine. At least until we're
On the
a
low
little
end,
further away. Yeah, because we're going all the way to the coast, aren't we? Like,
Alright.
we're going all the way. You see where I'm walking? We're going all the way down through here, all the way to we're hitting the ocean.
we're gonna want these
Like-
things about 5 to 6 high on the conveyor poles, and I would try to follow the power lines to the cables as well.
Let you.
we're
I'm giving
gonna
you
want this
that
for-
whole space near the river as dedicated space for your power poles. So, or for your not power pole, but for the conveyor stuff.
Oh shoot, I need a
If you want
regular.
it high, make it high.
Well, where are
just
my regular? Oh, here they are.
Try, at least near the factory. Try to stick close to that river, because that's the non-prime real estate. And then once we're further away from the factory, you can break off and go wherever.
You believe that?
Well, what'd you say?
Oh, just like the conveyor perfectly lined up under in a spot that was inconvenient.
Like auto-aligned it.
Oh, that's the wrong direction.
Yes, this is pretty good.
And then we start laying it down as we go along.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, just to like, tell you what I'm thinking though with like what we're doing here and why we're doing it this way is just I'm worried about that factory running into the power generation. Like worst case.
You go through it
How
and
we-
make more spaghetti.
Yeah, I mean not just that, but like I mean yeah, we'd be going full on Italian if we did that. Yeah. Hopefully we can try to avoid this a little bit of
Let me
planning.
see here. Come here with that. I need to take chainsaw into hand. Alright. Chainsaw is so convenient for farming. It just does the whole area while you're at it.
Well, it's really nice for the terraforming. For sure.
Alright. Can I even get alignment here? Oh, alignment's on the other side of the river.
Are we going to the other side of the river? Sure.
Wouldn't hurt. I usually leave the upper end for the hyper tubes.
I'm just gonna build the power right along with it.
If I could see through this dang forest. We're gonna be here all night. Come on, give me wood.
If it makes you feel any better, we've got like 50 more kilometers to go.
You get used to doing this. It ends up being
I'd
like
help you if I
it
had
ends
a
up becoming like a
chainsaw.
real flick of the wrist to start doing these.
Did you build a chainsaw and an equipment?
Yeah, it's an equipment piece.
I guess while you're doing this, I'm gonna go build me a chainsaw too. See if I can. I'll come back and put the power poles along with your stuff after I'm done. I don't even have an equipment thing. I don't know what the heck it's called. Equipment workshop. I don't even have one over here.
Invalid aim location. How's that invalid? Come here. Give it to me. I could see anything.
What's the fuel?
But it's just the logs and the fuel is just like the same thing as the generator fuels. Ah,
Okay,
shit.
cool.
Oh shoot! I'm getting attacked over here. Would you get it lost, you thing? Stop. No, stop. Get away from me.
Is the chainsaw a better weapon?
No, it's not a
than the
weapon. You
shotgun?
can't even use it as a weapon.
Oh,
I know that's disappointing. When I discovered it, I'm like, no, it's so bad. Why?
You know, a chainsaw could rip through these things, man.
Nope, you gotta
There's
use the
no
little...
way.
I mean, we get a sword later, you know. Oh, shoot, I don't have my
That's-
thing.
That's not gonna be better than a chainsaw.
Oh, the
Why
sword's
don't you
great.
make these games?
Get out of here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's the solid biofuel. That's
Yeah.
chainsaw. Okay, cool.
Oh, that did not explain it very well.
No, you did. I was just confirming before I like started grabbing these items.
Yeah, I don't think you can use anything else.
Well, I mean, wouldn't stop me from trying.
I must
Your
harvest.
contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Harvest what? Where is it? I don't even see it. Oh well.
Is it auto fuel? Looks like it does. It just takes from your inventory.
Yeah. But it's
Cool.
we need more inventory slots. I have 6 inventory slots on my guy. That's one of the things we get with certain upgrade and research tiers is that.
I definitely feel that though. It's like very limited, especially when you start accumulating resources you can't just toss away. You've made some good progress.
You can tell I've done it a lot. Now you might be saying, man, that's that's some pretty high poles right there. You sure you should put them that high? Yes. You'll be surprised what we're going to need. Because, like, not only will these support the, you know, the coal, but they'll also support the sulfur and the quartz later.
I mean, if you ask me, why aren't they higher? We should be in the clouds.
That takes
For when
forever
we
to
get
do.
the tubes.
So, like, they only go up so much in one zoop, so you have to, like, do it several times to, like, get it up really high.
Can you actually put it up that high, though?
Yeah, you can keep
Maybe
going
I'll-
up to the, you know, sky limit. But at that point, it's like, what do you need going that high besides the space elevator?
Tubes. Just the tubes. This is the only reason.
They have those, like, super sky-high Futurama tubes going everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
You'd be that one guy.
I mean, come on, wouldn't that be pretty awesome? It'd be like
It's
a roller
too
coaster
long.
almost.
You are too long. You cannot be too long. Stop being so long.
Where are you? I see you placing it, but like,
I see you moving around. Or at least I saw you moving around.
oh yeah, there you are. Don't worry, I'm chopping trees with you.
Yeah, I gotta keep stopping every 5 seconds to get rid of foliage.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop, unfortunately. I'll help a little bit, but obviously, the most important
Oh,
place
wait,
is
did you
the
keep
one where
the
you actually
smart
place
plates
it.
going?
Yeah, they should be
Okay,
going.
good.
And we got rotors going too, so by the time we're done with this, we could probably build
One,
several more coal generators.
the coal thing is gonna
Oh,
be...
did you say, you said the smart plate?
Yeah, smart plates are going right.
No, the smart plates aren't. I thought you meant
They're
the
gonna
other
take
plates.
forever to build. We won't need smart plates again until the current tier I'm working on now does need smart plates, so we can kind of keep stacking those up.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking 500.
See
At
those
that point, I feel
versatile
like it's
frames?
almost better.
Those, you see how it's 500 for those? Yeah, it's 1200 on the next level.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, it took like 3 days at the rate my system was going to get it done.
I am frankly not
I
too
couldn't
surprised.
expand my system because I was so like hung together on the doing the power. I was just like, I just can't do anything because I'm like being held hostage by the power generation here. It was
Right.
probably at least every 10 minutes I had to like go and stop and figure out what was wrong with it and make it work. And I'm here. All right, we're about halfway.
Hopefully, if we're lucky, we can. If we're lucky, we can kind of get on top of the power generation, but we'll see. Obviously, it's not an easy thing to do.
Dang, it's too long again.
Hey, right, we're pretty good distance.
Yeah, it goes by a lot faster than you think, and then it speeds up the next time because we already have the poles here. We just, you know, keep zapping in, and then we want to replace it. We just do it in pieces.
True, I can see how those poles would help a lot as far as like placing a second line, just in
Yeah.
terms of speed.
At first, I was like, oh, I was twist everything around, and then I was like, I kind of want to play with lifts. Lifts are something I'm still trying to play more with, but going vertical is super important in this game.
I like the aesthetic of spaghetti, so I have.
It
no-
is. It is like an art in and of itself, you know. It's an art form. Come here, you. Snap.
We're passing by a lot of limestone.
Yeah, you can mark them on the map.
We don't really have a need for limestone right now.
The encased steel beams will require a lot of concrete, but if anything, they
More tap-
require the encased steel beams require more steel pipes, and those I have an alternative recipe for steel pipes, but the normal recipe is taking steel beams from steel ingots. But I mean, there's gonna be one of those days where we literally just go around driving and trying to get hard drives. And just like spinning the magnet. It's literally what I did like
I mean-
for like 2 hours one day, and I found like 5 of them. There are some
I
free
can
ones.
definitely see that coming.
Yeah, there's some free ones, but there's, you know, it takes a while to get there. But the hypertubes are so essential. Let me tell you, like it's kind of fun to jump and move around, but when you need to go back to your fuel refinery 5 times because you forgot concrete, let me tell you, the
Well-
tubes make a life-saving difference.
I'm being attacked right now
Good luck.
by mini rhinos. Is there a hotkey to like easily bring out your weapon? I still can't believe I have to go in my
Scroll
inventory every
wheel?
time.
Is
So
it-
for my scroll wheel, I've got a miner and a chainsaw. Why the miner? I don't understand that.
you have a
What
miner?
determines what goes on the scroll wheel?
It's what's in your hands when you hit tab.
Is this? You're right. How did the miner get in my hands? I never even set that.
It's
Thank
if
you,
it's
I've got it
open, it
properly
just does
set
it by
now.
default.
Oh,
It's because
okay,
it was
that's
open, probably.
Yeah, I think you're right. That makes sense. You know, now that I have a chainsaw, I'm gonna clear out some of the trees near us.
I'm trying to have a stroke. Yes, I was getting plates.
Ooh. Never mind. Still being attacked. Those things chase you pretty far.
Oh yeah, they just keep going at you.
On the bright side, I found a whole bunch of iron. Where am I? How do I...
Look at that trash.
Have you been placing all these map markers?
Yeah, I've been placing a lot of them. They're
Oh, okay.
when I first when I got the maps, like, oh, I'll never use his markers, and then I'm like, I gotta put more markers down. I gotta get more markers down, Taylor. You never know where things are anymore.
I mean, it's especially helpful for multiplayer because now I can see what you've seen. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then I can put little tags to it. I wish, though, the one thing I wish is I wish we could draw lines. I have yet to figure out if that's a thing. And I kind of wish it would highlight, like, the hyper tubes and the conveyor lines. Just, like, little dashed lines would be helpful. Because, like, I have no clue where my, like, pathway is for my hyper tube.
Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. There you go. I've written the iron ore times 4.
Oh, put down
Good
its
iron ore.
purity. Is it, like, normal or impure?
That's a good question. It's pure.
Alright, good. Because that's important when we get to the Mark II miners, because you'll get way more resources out of the pure and normal. Or, yeah, pure and stuff like that. Versus, like, impure or normal.
Technically, it says times 3, but there's a 4th one nearby, so it's fine.
Need more map markers. Tons and tons of map markers.
I won't be satisfied until every single corner of the map is a map marker. Right? It won't be a map, it'll just be
Markers.
a collage. I can definitely see how, you know, splitting up the power lines and the conveyor belts
Yeah,
helps save.
Because
a
remember,
small amount of
I had to
time.
do those by myself. Well, I had done it over time. So, like, I had originally put down power cables for a setup I had earlier. And
Oh.
then I ended up just, like, leaving them there because I ended up finding coal nearby.
I've accidentally chainsawed the rock away. What?
Some things must be in the foliage class when you chainsaw them. Do you have limestone in your inventory or something?
Good question. Let me see. I do. It is limestone.
How did...
And silica.
Your pole here is just hanging out.
Yeah, I put it on top of a rock, and then I chainsawed the rock away. I was trying to chainsaw the trees in the nearby area, and nope,
Okay.
took the
We're
rock with it.
going a little too far north. Because we're going to run into this rock over here.
We're getting really close to those animals, by the way.
But what, the animals?
No, like mini rhino. No, never mind. We passed the mini rhinos. I think. We need to go. Yeah, slightly more north, I guess. Wouldn't hurt, but mostly.
There's a
east.
valley here to the south. I'm trying to bank it around because it dips down over here.
Okay, well, how cool would it be if we went straight over the valley and kept straight?
Just go right over.
that'd be
This is
pretty
this
cool.
cave structure here. Just like
Hang
go
on, I
right
haven't seen
through
the
it.
valley.
Oh, there's a pot over here. Hold up.
Oh, you said. Yeah.
There's a
You're right, there is a
pod.
pod, isn't there? There's also an enemy.
Yeah, stab him.
I got you. I'll stab him for you.
All right. Congratulations, we have a hard drive. No, it's empty. Oh wait, no, gave it to us. I'm running.
Help me stab this guy. No, he's dead.
I conveniently had a bunch of modular frames on me from previous events, so I have the hard drive now. I'm gonna
Oh, we
go
can do
put the hard drive in the MAM.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see what we got.
Conveniently, the conveyor belt is going in the correct direction for me. It's kind of an
Do
arc
we need
form.
these?
Oh.
Do we need these plasma splitter remains? Those actually
It's
useful?
there's a research line for them. If you can pick them up if
Okay.
you want to.
Yeah, I'll grab them. I just want to make sure I'm
Yeah.
not grabbing a completely useless item. You know how it is, some early access games will be like, here's an item. It's not used
Yeah.
anywhere, though.
So Sam ores that, and those relics are obviously that. They're still a work in progress.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable, but
Some conveyors are taller than
animal
others.
remains.
Don't mind the inconsistency. You'll learn to love it.
Darn bourgeoisie class conveyors.
Wait. You've been listening to those revisionists? Oh, that was a lag bit.
He said some of them are taller than others. Maybe they have a different class.
They're
You
just
ever
more
think of that?
equal than others, you know.
Yeah. They're the rich non-working class.
But if
conveyor
each
belt, you
conveyor
see.
part is an individual piece, wouldn't those conveyors actually just be a family?
Well, I mean, who says they're related? They could be, you know,
They could be all
Strangers.
infinitely related to each other.
and now you're talking some like incest baby crap from Rick and Morty.
Incest baby crap.
I'm still annoyed they pulled that crap.
What did?
You remember the incest baby episode?
Oh,
Freaking
Rick and
man.
Morty. I didn't watch the most recent one
Yeah.
yet.
That's not the most
Wait.
recent one. Although they definitely had those same undertones. I'd be
Well,
sure
they,
nice if
they brought it up with the
stop
thing.
doing that. The what thing?
The most recent, the Beth episode. What do you think of the Beth episode?
Oh, they like referenced it.
yeah. I
The
picked up
Beth
those
episode was
computer
pretty
chips.
good.
I guess I
actually enjoyed
didn't.
it.
Did you pick those computer chips up? Near the pod?
Maybe. Not that I remember, no.
Those.
The Beth
I
episode
just
was
put all
okay,
everything.
but yeah.
I just put all that stuff inside the awesome sync so we can get more tokens. We won't.
Maybe
I
I'm a
need
bit of a
computers
prude.
now in my main game, but you need like 100 to do anything.
And you can only get them from the pods.
No, there's a recipe for them. When you get oil and plastics, you can make circuit boards, and circuit boards make computers.
Okay.
I miss my tubes. I miss the tubes
Yeah,
so
let me
much.
tell you. When we play Factorio, or if we ever get to it, obviously dependent on the time it takes, but circuit boards, man, let me tell you. Oh boy. If there's one bottleneck your system will ever have, it'll be those. You'll be like, oh, okay, so I just need to double it.
Nope.
Great, there's still the bottleneck. Quadruple it, still the bottleneck. They'll always be the bottleneck. You know, one thing I really wish they'd let you do, though, walk through these conveyor lines. Or the conveyor, whatever they're called.
The poles,
Are they called conveyor poles?
stackable conveyor poles.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, I get it that there's a bar in the way and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I mean, come on, if you're walking through your conveyor belts, you just get stopped at every single one.
Well, I picked up those computer chips, but I guess they were actually computers and not the chips.
The chips. I mean, isn't that better?
What'd you say?
Isn't that better?
Well, the ones used for the other one's an ingredient for two other items. So the chips are used for computers and high capacity, high capacitors or whatever they're called. Yeah, but south to us is a large, lush area. To the north is a giant forest space, and then there's the desert and the canyon. We get a vehicle, we get a couple vehicles not too far into the future, and those are the Explorer is really helpful for going distances. Dang, watching this guy run across the map. I didn't know those guys ran like that. Oh, okay, he stopped. One of those giant whale tick things. Where did you go? Oh, you went back to the base.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the base, tossing away some junk.
Harvest.
I need to also toss all this wood that I ended up getting
Yeah, make sure you put it into the generator.
into the generator itself, or
No,
into the.
Yeah, there's the processing one. It's the one on the left.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll see the thing accepts wood, and the other one accepts leaves. Leaves
Oh,
do
you
not get
separated them.
because there were different recipes, even though they produce the same thing.
Okay, I did not know that.
So then they feed into the biofuel generator,
Fine,
or
whatever
the
it is.
biofuel from the solid biofuel from the loose biofuel.
Is there a way to like? Okay, control. Control puts them all in.
Yeah, I think we covered
There
that.
we go. An
last
extra
time.
1,500 leaves. Hopefully that'll last us for a little bit. All right. So you're still building the containers, right?
Oh shoot! There's a guy over here. I gotta kill him. Oh.
Are there any enemies that you can't kill with this? At least not easily.
I've never tried
the
killing the
shotgun thing?
ticks. There's bigger versions of those spitty
I mean-
guys and the running guys. There's bigger versions of them.
And I guess that you can't really kill them alone.
They just have a larger health bar and they do a lot of
Yeah.
damage to you. So you can kill
And
them
I'm just trying to get an idea for what I need to run away from.
when you see them. Until we get the sword, just run away from the big guys. Everything else is killable easily.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, man, it's insane. We only get 4 connections, and literally half of them are used up just moving the power lines along.
Yeah, so we get Mark II, and there's Mark IIIs, which you can only get through the man. Those, oh shoot, I went way too far north.
Did you? Oh, yeah, you did.
I
You
wasn't
literally just need
paying
to go
attention.
south. I mean, at least you have enough conveyors to reach out there.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
gotta
over
get
there with
going.
the power in a minute.
Yeah, I'll just
make
make a
them over.
beeline for it. I mean, there's
I mean, it doesn't take very much time to follow.
there's quartz on the other end of the bay here, or I guess what this there's the large river. We can eventually hook into this. Okay, so there's a iron over here.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, no, I'm not. You made a bin. Alright, now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ride.
Honestly, you can place power poles by literally just running. You don't need to stop. It's kind of great.
Yeah, because of the way it snaps from one to the other.
I like the height of those, or what you just put down. It's pretty cool.
It just keeps going up.
I like when it's something like that. Like,
Now, this is what I
where
had.
there's like a drop
yeah.
or something, but then the conveyor belt itself doesn't drop. You just make it taller.
Yeah, I had to do this the whole way through for that other structure, and there was like these deep valleys, and I
What is
kept
this?
running out of resources and everything.
Why did you do this? You did this over here? Did you do this?
What part?
These like random platforms.
Yeah, I did that because to get over there. Swimming is hard.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You got to use that ingenuity to play a non-survival game.
It went right through the, what is it, St. Louis Arc.
You did exactly.
I like this place though. This place looks really good. If anything, we should have based into here, in this little valley.
Yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air compared to my desert.
Also compared to our other desert.
Oh, here's some of the coal right here. Yeah, I found it. Good
Shoot.
luck.
Oh crap! Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, fall damage not as bad as I thought.
Oh, we have the blade runners on. They like, I think they stop us from dying to fall damage or heavily reduce fall damage a lot. So if you didn't have them
The
on,
issue
you'd be
is
dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
well,
need berries?
I need a way up. That's what I need.
Where are you?
No, I don't. I don't need berries. I got nuts.
Oh, you're over there. Well, good luck
I'm down
killing
here
those
with like.
guys, because they're gonna...
No,
Hold on, I got you.
I'm just gonna ignore them. It's fine. I can get up here.
Oh shoot, I'm
Probably.
running out of plates.
There we go. Which kind of place do you need?
I just the regular.
All right. It's okay. I made it. I kind of jumped the gun on that. Let me get
There's
the
some
power
berries
down
over
here.
there.
When you say berries, do you mean the nuts?
That's
or...
for, yeah, one of the nuts. For
Okay.
there's berries, but there's a different item.
Okay, gotcha.
Berries and mushrooms are the food resource for health.
I need a way back up.
You climb the ladder and you follow the elevator. Or the
That'll work.
conveyors.
That will work just fine.
Oh, let me tell you, you can't run against the Oh, the man finished. You can't run against the Mark IV conveyors easily. It's
Oh,
kinda
like they're just so fast.
yeah.
This is dangerous.
Like you
man.
definitely can't crouch walk on because you'll instantly slide back. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You got power down there. Where's the? Oh, is that the coal right there, or is that iron?
That's iron. The coal was down below where those guys were attacking you. And the other
Oh.
coal was right here where you fell, I guess. So this is 4 nodes, it looks like.
Could be. Yeah, I guess it is 4. There's one more that's relatively close across the little river.
Nah,
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think
gonna
we'll
worth
stick
dealing
with
with.
this 4 for now.
Wait, is that crude? Do we also have crude down there? Is that what that is?
Like we could process it even if we did.
We would need you need the oil extractor.
I guess we do have to kill those things down there, don't we?
No, it was just a texture, never mind. I thought it was oil. Not that we can do anything with oil. Oh, geothermal is a thing. I learned that.
Is it better than oil?
You have to research it. It's just like an alternative resource if you're near a geyser. But geysers are kind of rare. Yeah.
Oh, I found the entrance to the cave.
Oh,
You want to go explore the cave with me?
yeah, let me get back to you. I went down.
Where are you at? Yeah, no, you're supposed to be down. I saw you jump down when you first jumped off the massive cliff. That's where the entrance is.
Oh, it's down below?
Yeah, you're like way up there now.
Yeah, I
aren't
went
you?
back up. Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, it's a big old foliage.
Oh, there's
Come
bigger
on.
caves that are meant for transitioning in between the giant sections. Caves have a tendency to have radiation into them, so watch out.
I got barrel nuts. I'll be okay. I'll
Oh,
eat the
radiation will kill you in
one.
like 2 seconds if you get too close. It's like that potent. Like we don't deal with radiation until like way later. I haven't even gotten to it yet.
Oh, it's all red. Summer sloop work in progress. Okay.
Yeah, it's the
what was
relics.
that?
We can start picking them up.
Oh, there's like little ants here.
Oh yeah, these guys they'll chase you relentlessly. Good luck. They don't have much health though, so you can kind of like stab them.
Yeah, when they're aggroed on someone else, it's a lot easier to hit them.
Oh, this guy's lagging out so badly. Oh, okay. Need to make sure you get this done now. There's a bigger version of these guys, and they'll knock your health out. The big guys have a poison like area effect looking thing going on. They'll launch out and they lunge at you. They'll jump at you from like a mile away. I'll let you pick that up.
Relaying message.
Is that it? Is
Hello,
that
this is
all there is
Control
on this
Figure.
game?
I have taken ill and need your help to find a
Some work in
cure.
progress.
Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
The only remedy is alien artifacts. Dang, this cave is big.
Yeah, it is. Could build a base in this place. It's right here.
Hey, quartz.
Hey, quartz.
Ah, this is the quartz I was looking at earlier.
Oh man, that's gonna be a pain to actually brew that.
Oh, what's the big one? Run! Just run! Don't try to fight it. It'll kill you in like 2 hits.
Oh crap, I got a lot of items on me. I don't want that.
Oh, I don't know if I should go deeper or if I should just get out.
No, we should totally go deeper.
Definitely go deeper. Oh, sand more. All right.
You know what they say.
Win in Rome.
You gotta risk it to actually win it.
Though usually the caves have like nothing in them, besides like occasionally a good resource or two. But yeah, those big guys. Good thing I warned you about them. Just keep crouch sliding away from them.
Yeah, I can hear them right behind me. They're pretty quick.
Oh, I guess you aggroed him. We can't go any deeper into the cave. It's got poison block.
Oh,
You can't go
it's
any
like a
deeper. The
mist.
poison will kill you. We don't. Yeah,
Oh.
until we get the gas mask, we can't go through that.
What's this mycelia? Is that like a type of food or something?
It's no, it's one of the resources. You can pick up some. You know, some research lines use it. There's a lot of different like resources for it, and I just managed to find this one.
I will grab some, I guess.
Oh my god, there's like 10 of them. They just spawned on me. They literally just spawned on me as soon as I started hitting that SAM ore.
Hey, that's right. I've got the miners, don't I? Better go do that. Ooh, a power slug. We brought them all away. I can now steal the power slug. Oh, one of them just spawned. Literally saw them spawn
I know, right?
in my face.
Oh, that's the
They
big
even-
one too. Whoa, don't.
Is this? I can't tell where we came out of.
I think it's like line up just one way. I know I'm heading
No,
towards
there's
the
not.
exit.
There's two. There's two.
Well, as long as
Never
there's no
mind.
poison in it, I'm sure you can't go wrong.
The other one looked kind of narrow, so I went to the
Yeah.
big one, which I think is where
I
we
won't.
came
I won't even
from.
bother fighting those big guys until I get a sword, and then I really won't fight them until I get the rebar gun.
Dude, they are fast though.
Yeah, the little guys die to one hit on the rear bar gun, so they're not too bad. You just start picking them off at a range. It's
you
the
left
big
some of
guys
the
that
big
take
ones,
forever.
too.
Oh, the big guys, you can shoot them and stagger them in the air for the rebar gun, so you can stop the lunge at them. Okay.
You've left some by the entrance that are now following me out.
Good luck with that. They will just keep following you
mean-
too. Like they won't stop.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, that's where our copper, or sorry, our coal is. Alright, I'm out. Let's see, where is the miner? There we go. I don't know if you want me pointing them in a specific place, but
It depends on how you want to do it. So with the Mark II cave lines, the speed is enough that if you merged it on 2, it will get in relatively quickly. But the 4 that we have, we won't get the speed of 4 lines in one until the Mark III speed is in place. So if you want to use all 4 right now, which we probably really won't need at first, particularly if we can get some compact coal, that'd be really great. We would probably be fine with just the 1 line on 2 of them merged, and then just upgrade it to the Mark II conveyor.
I mean, I think we could, just to save ourselves the future headache, merge them all now, and then later we can come back through and just upgrade the conveyors.
I don't have any regular plate currently, so I cannot add anything to the system. So I'm going to go back for regular plate. I guess I can help you kill these guys first. Hold on.
Yeah, I would appreciate a little bit of help here. A lot of enemies in the same valley. Guarding my resources. The gall of these wild lions.
These savage animals.
Don't worry, we liberated them. Yeah, I say let's merge them all into the 1 line, I
Alright.
guess. Are we just gonna use
Do
the
you-
1 conveyor belt?
Do you want me to do that? I need your plates if you want me to do it.
I can let you do it.
Go ahead and put buffers on them just to be safe. On each of them, just go ahead and put the storage container in front of them.
There you go. Some rods too, if you need rods.
I'm good on the rods. It's just regular plates.
Alright. I'll hook them up to power, so just get the merges going. Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, I haven't upgraded any of them to Mark IIs yet. I can do some.
It's not really that big of a deal.
Alright.
We can come through and do the whole thing at once with Mark II since we have plenty of resources. The important thing is that we got coal coming through. Though frankly, I would prefer a second conveyor belt. I get that in the future that second conveyor belt may be outdated by the speed of the new ones, but we need the power. I mean, we really do need to maximize our
You'll
power.
be surprised what the coal generators will do for us.
I mean, you're just
Oh,
now
shoot, is this
telling
going the
me
wrong
that-
way? Which way is this going? No, it's going the right way. I need more plates, by the way. I'm out of plates again.
Really?
Well, I mean,
only
I
have
can
100 more.
delete some of these guys, I guess, the conveyor pulls.
I'll give you my last 100 and I'll head back. There you go.
Alright, that should do it.
Hey, hang on. Let me give you my reinforced ones too.
I can start upgrading, I guess.
Oh,
You want
never
to
mind.
start on the back end of the line and then work it forward.
See what I can do. It's only a way up. I don't have a convenient way up yet. But yeah, you gonna join me on the RuneScape stuff?
How often are you playing that?
I mean, it's not something that you just hop on and play for hours, obviously. It's occasionally jump on for 30 minutes or whatever. But, I don't know, I mean, I only got to set up, like, today, so.
What do you have to do to play it?
Download the client.
It doesn't require anything,
Literally,
anything special or anything?
no, not for you. I mean, for the server person, sure, but no, not for you. I had to go in and compile my own. Because the default, like, hard-coded the values in.
Huh.
So, like, when I say the values, I mean, like, the IP address and the ports and stuff. So I built my own little launcher.
Oh, shoot.
Obviously not my code. So thankfully someone else,
Did all that heavy lifting.
yeah, they did the very, very difficult part. But anyway, I had to pass you, like, my specific compiled one for it to work properly. Then you just run it and it'll connect.
Have I done something silly? Have I... do I have all the conveyors in the wrong direction? Taylor, I have all the conveyors going in the wrong direction. Yeah,
Ooh.
could you help a brother out?
Pooh. I'm all the way back. You're on your own.
When you're over there, would you go in and start turning them the other way? I don't know how I did that, but
Oh no, I see what you mean.
I don't know what happened,
Oh,
but they're in the wrong
no.
direction.
That's bad. That's so many conveyor belts.
It's not that bad. You just delete the one and replace it immediately.
Oh my god.
It just only took me like 20 minutes to do it. While you're over the base,
Well-
you can go ahead and select the new ma'am if you would.
Will this even work? No, it's not gonna work because it's gonna follow the flow of the existing one. Alright. You're gonna come back up, right? Yeah, come back through, right?
I'm slowly doing it.
I'm gonna leave a gap so it doesn't follow. Go on, place it.
What?
What?
That was just one of the flying bug guys is out here bugging me. Oh, I wanted to get killed by this thing. The sword is so much nicer. The whatever it's called, the zappy sword.
The taser. Just a taser.
No, we get the sword later is better for killing the bug guys.
No, but I'm telling you, what we've got now is a taser. Like the most underwhelming weapon you could possibly imagine in the space age. Can't believe I didn't notice that these conveyors were going the wrong way.
I don't know how I didn't notice either.
You even jumped on them and said that, wow, it's really convenient they head towards the base so you could get there faster. And
must have
I
did
didn't even think
something.
anything of it.
I must have did
Didn't think it
something
through.
at some point.
No, I mean, we just weren't thinking much about it, honestly. It's understandable. I just find it kind of a funny coincidence. I have done these exact things before in Factorio.
At least I know it's long enough in each spot, so I don't have to actually worry about if it's going to work or not. Oh, you can get a coal plant going. Put some nice foundations for it. You know, guzzy it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, I kind of wanted your opinion on the efficient design. Well, I guess I can do it since you said it just needs to be submerged, right?
The extractors do. Well, they'll tell you where to put them when you get deep enough water.
What? I wonder why it's always claiming that these conveyor belts have to be yellow.
I just think it's like a weird code probably for it. I think it's like if it's an
Yeah.
overstretch, it does it.
Because, I mean, these conveyor belts look fine otherwise. I love the wacky designs it tries to suggest with these, shoot, the ladders, whatever they're
Wait.
called.
Wait, no, these are in the right direction. It was just those last few were in the wrong direction.
No, now you're looking at the ones I've placed.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, I was. Oh shoot,
Did
I
you
was.
see a gap? There
I-
should be a gap before it starts.
I guess I must have just hit it. Was it over here by the pod?
Yeah. I think
Okay,
so.
all right, then it's
'Cause I
merged
have
now.
replaced. I have replaced a good chunk of it. Yeah, no, I have confirmed that it's definitely,
I don't know,
definitely not in the right
I
direction.
guess okay. I guess what happened normally when I was doing these, I would go from the source to,
Yeah.
and not from the target.
No, exactly. I think it's exactly what it was. Which, I mean, even I think that's kind of unusual. But hey, at least we got the right path down. It's a nice path.
Yeah. But coal is coming. Very slowly. These are just Mark II in some spots. Not our fancy Mark IVs that we don't get for a very long time.
I've just now hit the river. What is that? Like a floating bug.
Oh, there
Oh,
is a
it's like
floating, there is a
cool
flying manta
poison.
ray looking enemy.
Oh no.
Or I guess it's
Okay,
not
it
an
just-
enemy, but a little, there's a wild NPC. It's a giant flying manta ray looking thing.
It's like a lotus leaf or something, and it spewed out poison. To build these things across the river thanks to that. Oof, let me tell you, riveting gameplay right now.
It's funny because I have a little joke. It's like, you know, it's riveting gameplay. However, there were no rivets involved in the making of this gameplay.
Unfortunately.
No rivets were used in the making of this joke.
Thank you for that dad joke.
You'll never forget it. It'll live rent free in your head for the next 20 years.
Alright, great. You surpassed me. Why don't you replace the ones up there?
All right, I'll go down the line some a little bit more because I need to get more reinforced plates and regular plates.
You said you had enough to replace that gap that I left, right?
Yeah. So the coal is coming. You'll see it here in a few minutes.
I want to make sure.
I'm telling you, like, this though will pay off. You know, it will pay off when we get to the It will. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is like proper planning, but I mean, if we have the resources to brute force it.
Well, actually, we clearly don't because we obviously didn't have enough plates to do it the first time. So imagine if we had to do all those conveyors with just like regular plates, very, very slowly. At least upgrading the conveyor lines is easy.
Yeah, that I imagine would be the nicest part.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm just going back and just upgrading them. And because we get the resources back, I mean, since a lot of reinforced plates we get later when we replace those steel beams. Dang. All they did is replace like 12 rungs, and it instantly ran out of reinforced plates.
Oh, there he goes. They reversed the thing.
The polarity has been adjusted. Oh, we should have enough sheets now for our copper pipe. But yeah, smart splitters. I haven't unlocked programmable splitters yet, but those are apparently supposed to be really nice.
How programmable are they?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to them yet.
Gonna bust out the actual code, or
Yeah, the bust out assembly, you know. Work
Pretty
with the
awful.
machine language. Okay, so you want me to get a factory floor going for the coal? How do you want to do this? Do you want me to just like get something started?
what do you think would be the best way? I mean, we've got the resources and the time to plan this, so
Probably right here in this little aisle. We just have like a couple here and we stack them.
yeah, that's fine. The only thing I want to avoid is just putting them too close. By the shore is okay, but any closer to the factory is a little comfortable for me.
We can just put it on top of the factory. We'd be such
I
mad
would
lads.
rather not. I've got a lot of vertical space I'm going to need as I continue to not dismantle the old
All right.
and only build on top of it.
I'm trying to think here because the water has to be kept into consideration as well as the pressure of it and where the coal is coming from. Because so the things are, you know, one directional. So there's only 2 inlets for the coal plants. And the water extractors sit down in the water. We'll probably want, what, how many coal plants? I think probably start with like 3 or 4.
Did you know we had raw quartz right here?
We
This
do
is
now.
news to me.
There's a power slug that's hanging out right here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We've got like all these untapped resources within 10 feet of our base.
Come here, son, and I'll take care of you. Oh, there's quartz right here as well.
Hey. Oh, you've got an enemy behind you. 2 of them, actually.
What, is this copper? Yeah, this is a copper hanging out.
Shame that it's not tappable.
A whole node. These barnacles, you can chainsaw them and get
I
limestone.
was curious if you can get any resources from them.
We can actually put the, I think we could put the factory down here. Like on
That's
the
what I was
water.
wondering. I mean, why not? Why not just put it all along the shore?
It's a little more tedious to build.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't need constantly monitoring them, you know what I mean? Is that going to be deep enough? That's like
Ah,
really
shoot, we're
shallow.
swimming.
What is that, 2 deep?
I need to use the larger foundations if we want to put there.
Alright, you darn animals are very noisy.
I know, right?
Gonna have to liberate you.
I had to liberate you from your own soul.
Liberate them from our resources.
We can always make this thing bigger. How did you get sunk?
mean, if you build it like this, then you can't submerge the factories.
The water extractors? No, they don't. They just sit on the water. They just need water deep enough.
Oh. So what do we pipe in the water?
Yeah. You can see here, like, look at it, you know? They'll sit like this on the surface, and then we just pipe it in. So I don't have any reinforced plates, so I need to get some more of those. Can you build... I guess I can't build a coal plant because I don't have more. But yeah, you can see how big these guys get.
You have destroyed our resources for the reinforced plates.
No,
Because of the whole...
I've used them efficiently.
It's not that you've used them. It's just that we're turning them into smart plates, so we're not saving any. Remember how you didn't, like, divert half of them?
Oh, they're not building fast enough. You can just pull them right out of that assembler. That's what I've been doing.
I mean, I guess you're right.
When we're
That'll
done the smart plates, we can stop it because we'll
Yeah,
have
I really
a
hate
better
how
system for later. We won't need them for like 2 more phases anyways.
I mean, this is a good passive generation we've got. This isn't going to stop anytime soon unless we run out of power, but...
Went around on regular plates because we don't have the concrete plates yet.
Big problem here is just that, like,
Make it big enough to expand.
it's not fast.
No, it won't. The speed doesn't pick up for a while. You can have as many conveyor lines as you want, but the constructors will be slow, or you'll have too many constructors and the power usage will be too high, and then you'll have to build more
Yeah, I
power,
mean,
and then you
I was
won't be
gonna
able to
say-
get enough coal mined fast enough. And
As long as we have power, it doesn't matter how slow it is, because this stuff
you
is
need to go to the
scalable.
MAM and pick out the new alternative resource build.
Why am I the one doing it?
It's your safe.
You can make decisions here too. Just let me know. Let us come to the decision before you jump on it. But you know, if you got one to recommend it, unless I grab something that's going to screw us over. Where's the man? Forget which one of
It's
these
the guy
machines that
behind you.
all look the same? Oh, there it is. It looks exactly like the equipment
Ah, you
machine.
can't take Thamor yet, silly thing.
Water and copper ingots to make copper sheets. Interesting.
Oh, that's for a refinery though.
Where's a caterium? Caterium.
The Caterium. Oh, that's the stuff we'll need for building larger power plants and stuff.
Or we can do 18 iron plates and 50 screws to make 3 reinforced iron plates, which honestly does not sound too bad. Let's see, that's 15 per minute versus, I don't remember how I pulled the recipes. 15 per versus 5. So, let me do the calculations because these things are basically equivalent.
Yeah, the
These
alternate resources aren't
14
necessarily like better all the times. They're like you have this resource closer to this other one. You can use that instead.
It's also speed.
Yeah, there's a speed factor. Like there's a
When it
recipe
says-
for taking cadmium into copper wire, and it's just so fast. It just prints out copper wire like crazy, and it's hilarious.
When it says production rate 15 per minute, does that include the output amount? Or is that 15 times the output amount?
You know,
So if it's outputting 3 items, is that 15 times 3?
that is something I currently do not have like measured properly.
Darn. Because if that is the case, 15 times 3... Which I don't think it is. I think it actually does take that into account. If it did do 15 times 3 reinforced iron plates, that's fantastic. Per minute.
I'm doing a round
We would
of
just have to
power.
supply it with a ridiculous amount of... Well, less power, more screws. We need so many screws. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all pretty meh on all of these.
You'd be surprised, like with the
plates would be
refinery
useful.
stuff. When we get the refinery going, that thing can just churn out things really fast, and it's kind of
Yeah, we need-
impressive. But it takes
Do
a
we
lot.
need copper sheets?
Everything involving pipes uses copper sheets. So we're about to use a lot of copper sheets here.
We can get a refinery recipe for copper sheets. Something
Yeah.
you feel like we should get.
Even though we won't use it for a while, but we'll probably get a spot later where we will.
I mean, it's either that or we... Huh. You can actually make the cadmium ingots in the refinery. But it's either that or we get the bolted iron plates. Come here and take a look. Maybe we'll get some ideas.
Well, I think I have bolted. Yeah, the
Which of the two do you
reinforced
think?
plates on the bolted side, like that's one of the things. Like you can now consolidate a constructor system to do something like that.
It's also the speed that basically
Yeah.
triples the assembly speed. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, we are having issues with that speed.
So that's one. We will use a lot of these, particularly for building stuff. We'll always use these plates early on. In my game, like I have so many reinforced plates now because most of them replaced with the steel. One of the recipes you can get is steel beams to screws, and it just prints screws. And that's when the sinks here, like you can make a lot. So probably for us now, the bolted plates is better, but further down the line, something like the pure cadmium ingots or the sheets is going to be better. So kind of pick your poison on that one. I didn't pick one yet. I'll let you come to that.
I mean,
final
I'm good
dec-
for whatever. You have a much better scope. Do you think we should give up that? I mean, we can always scale up our what do they call it? Reinforced iron plates. We can always scale those up pretty easily. So I'm not too concerned. If we don't meet demand like we are now, I can just go down there and
Alternative
expand it.
refinery recipes are always kind of nice, anyways. Because you see how
Mm.
we're like you remember like the purity nodes. So that is one of the things that affects the output on the production side when you have
Yeah,
the
right.
better miners in the refineries.
All right, well, why don't you decide between the copper sheets and the cadmium ingots? Because
Yeah, those are kind of like
I-
equally okay.
I have no concept of where they're used. Like, I've not made an item with either one, so I have no idea. I'll let you choose.
Well, we're making
whichever one.
copper sheets right now, so
It's small quantities, and even if we are upgrading that, will we be using a lot of cadmium ingots when we get to like Mark IV stuff?
there's a lot of recipes alternative recipes we can get that use cadmium. So both of those are just like future-proofing our pipeline.
Yeah, so I mean, if we have the ability to refine cadmium ingots, because that sounds to me like a very useful, because that's like that's very low. Like in the terms of how far on the production workflow it is, it's very low on it. Which means it's going to impact a lot of recipes if it's used a lot. If cadmium's used in like 3 things, it's worthless. But if it's used in like an entire tier, like all the high tier stuff uses it, then yeah, we definitely want to get the production.
Actually, here's an example for cadmium. Go into the MAM. Oh, you're picking a thing that you can't see it. But there's a
Kinda far
research
away.
tier for cadmium. So when we make the Mark II poles, they require quick wire from cadmium. What else? A lot of the big construction units require cadmium, but we'll get to the point where we're just printing out, quick wire and stuff like that. So it kind of depends on how complex certain things are going to get. It's like
In your current playthrough, do you wish you had more cadmium or more copper plates?
I have one cadmium supply node, and it is more than enough for me, for my system.
Then let's go the copper plates then.
The
Unless
sheets.
cadmium's just super rare.
Yeah, the copper sheets are used in as much because when we get
Yeah,
to
copper
when we're
sheets.
doing more things with pipes, we'll always be like wanting more copper sheets. So go ahead and do that. I would say the copper sheets. Want me to pick it up?
Yeah, because I'm not in the area right now. Feel
All
bad.
right.
Thanks.
Can I even make those right now? No. I'm trying to do some research nodes things because those are helpful in the long run. You need 100 of... Alright. Oh, shoot. I don't have any. Alright. Oh, yeah, I guess I kind of abandoned that factory production. Oh, where's that coal? Did it come over yet?
It hasn't shown up yet.
Really? Maybe
No.
it got stuck somewhere.
I'm wondering if it really was missing a. Well, they are Mark 1, so keep in mind it's got a long distance to go.
There's just like a few.
Oh no, I see it. I see it now. It just hasn't made it yet. It's like slowly creeping over the hill.
It's kind of
Wow,
funny.
that's slow.
I mean, like, take a note. You saw my line for my plastic. That takes forever, and those are Mark III of lines, and it does take forever to get over to my main system.
Just need the higher mark belts. I'll see what I can do to improve our production of them real quick.
Equipment slot. Give me
recipe
rotors
unlocked.
right now. Do it.
I don't think that is something
For an
research available in
equipment
the
slot,
NAM.
Taylor. It's so important. How do I make how are we gonna make fabric again? Oh, don't have enough fabric. Oh no, Taylor, we don't have enough fabric. Oh,
We don't have any fabric. What do you mean enough?
because I only have.
I've never
like-
even seen
I
fabric.
just unlocked it.
I'm like wearing metal sheets and copper shoes. What the heck fabric
You got
is?
clod hoppers on and everything.
Alright, what do we got as far as assembly goes?
I'm basically stopping everything I'm doing right now just to get. Oops. No, give it to me.
This.
Oh, shoot.
We need more screws. We need a screw alternate recipe. I'm gonna make screws.
Yeah, that steel beam one I was talking about is beautiful, but it only really
Yeah.
works for me because I have the alternative recipe for making steel beams or making steel ingots out of the foundry. You go back to that
Oh, you
mycelium
missed energy
cave.
with that. Did you take all the rotors?
No,
Okay.
I only have a few.
Then we've got a rotor bottleneck.
Did you check the assembler for rotors?
Yeah, I did. That's why I noticed we had none.
Well, at least we have 100 smart plate.
It's getting made, I guess. We have no iron rods. Why don't we have any iron rods?
Oh, they're all up
The
here.
heck?
They're currently all being made into screws, and the screw pipeline is dead because it is full. But yeah, I have tons of iron
in
rods up
this
here.
base down here, or the base up there where you're at?
My little tiny one up here.
Yeah, no, this one's just not working.
Did you want me to just feed this stuff into your stuff?
Depends. I mean, I don't think I have any inlets for that stuff, so I think it'd be
Fabric.
better to keep it separate.
I only can make 45 fabric.
Convert that base into making either the basic resources or convert it into making some of the reinforced plates. I think that'd be the best use of those resources.
Now the best right now is
How-
making another hand slot for us. It is clearly the
How
best
is
option.
Alright. I need your help. Wait, do I? Hang on. 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not about to ask something stupid. Thing's got power, right? Yeah, okay. I need your help to diagnose something real quick. You mind coming down here? It's gonna be something stupid, I know it, but I want you to take a look. So maybe you
Alright.
could
Let me. I
figure
guess
it out.
I can spare you a second. What would you like, sir?
come over here where I'm standing. You have to come into the factory. Maybe I'll learn something from this. Alright.
Are you up top?
No, I'm in the middle. Or in the bottom. Yeah, right over here. To your left. Over here. See me jumping?
Oh.
I
Tucked
know,
away.
it's a little hard with all the spaghetti, but take a look at this line.
Yes.
There's no iron going into this machine.
You have a plate right
Why
there.
is
You
that?
don't see that plate? You see him right there?
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Somehow a plate got into your line at some point.
You see, This is why a second pair of eyes is fantastic. Thank you. That's exactly what I was...
That's always been a problem. It's just like, I'm like, why is his line not moving? And then sometimes it's like, it's either it's on standby because I turned it on standby, or there's like a random ingredient that won't get accepted. I'm always like
that's what I thought.
paranoid because I'm like, oh, all of a sudden, like, what? Why isn't his line moving? Why am I getting anything done? And then it's like, oh, because I turned off this entire other conveyor system that it was relying on. It
Well, that was
gets
the
hard
first
to
thing I
manage this
checked.
stuff.
I checked to make sure that it was on, but I didn't see the half invisible because it's covered by the shadow there.
I'm gonna take this conveyor and I'm gonna put it up into the sky, Taylor. You see, just watch me. When you're not looking, it's just gonna be in the sky all of a sudden. You don't even.
Well, whatever it is, just make sure things are still working.
It will be such a long conveyor system. It will just like be two giant stack of poles, and it'll just bounce in between them and spiral down. I thought about doing that with the hypertubes, like doing like a twister sort of looking style, because it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean that's like my first idea of what to do with it.
Then I'm like, wow, that's gonna take a long time. Then I kind of got back on doing my elevator.
That is like the story of my life. Wow, it's gonna take a long time. And you just do it.
Proceeds to spend the next 12+ years on one project.
Yeah.
Eventually realizing it's no longer going to be useful at this level of code to be production worthy.
If you're talking about my project, that'll never be the case. Trust me, man. If you've seen indie games, you know that the bar's pretty low.
All
The
right.
question's always how much money will you make from it?
Well, you're game dev. You're not a you know, economist or anything.
Well, I just mean like if you're releasing something outdated, you're probably not going to make much money off of it, unless you're Minecraft, I guess. Then you're mixing such advanced gameplay mechanics that have never been seen before, such outdated graphics that it just frankly doesn't matter.
At that point, it's just stylized. There was like there was some
basically.
article I was taking a peek at, and it was like Indie's always got to stylize, and it was in this reference to like, oh, here's this game that has like this, you know, kind of whatever, you know, off the shelf pixelated look, and then what the thing was like someone like put like a PS1 filter on it, and it's like, you know, overhyped or something. It's just kind of funny how that worked out. It's just like what the industry will do.
You can make some foundations from your beef and make everything a lot easier.
Yeah, foundations are important. At some point, I guess actually finally someone got a chat message on YouTube. Now,
To bring valid
I want you to
points.
understand how much of a stroke I'm having right now. I just made 85 fabric. I need 100 fabric for this research recipe, and I have no more mycelia to do it with. I want you to know, remember where that mycelia was in the giant cave earlier with the giant spiders? That means I had to go,
I remember.
I had to go all the way back over there without any hypertubes.
How much do you need? Because I've got a little bit.
Oh,
on
you
me.
do? Give it to me. Just give me all of it.
Well, I mean, how much?
You're not using it. Give it to me.
All right, fine. How much you my valuable? Just remember though, if I need to go back for it, I'm sending you there.
You can just dump on the ground and I'll put it into a box.
Oh, really? How do I just like...
Yeah, just
let me
drag it out.
test that because I've actually never done this before.
Oh, well, I guess it sits on the ground, not in a box, but still.
Here we go. It's like a gray rock. I was looking for something red.
Thanks.
Yep. No problem.
Don't worry, it's going to be well worth it. They're going to be like, wow.
You say this about everything.
You said this about
Waiting
many
for-
things so far, but they've been very mild wows.
I mean, is it a me problem? Am I just...
You're not. Let me tell you, like when you get the upgraded stuff and you're no longer using the upgraded stuff, it's like, how did I live without it?
Yeah, it's probably just the fact we're all on tier 1 things.
Yeah.
Everything's all slow. It's not as impressive
Yeah.
yet.
See, like the speed in the when we get to my tier is that it's like I can't get the expensive resources quick enough to actually be impactful in what I need to do. It's just like it takes forever to do things.
Yeah. So, oh man, the problem with my spaghetti down here, I need more iron on the second tier of my factory, but there's no room to make the splitter to put that stuff to get it actually up there. Oh yeah, dude, everything's just so slow up here because it has no iron. I'll figure this out.
And that needed... Hey, how many rotors do you have?
How many do you need? Let's start with that question.
A lot.
I'd rather not go bankrupt.
It's
I can help it.
bankrupt inducing, if that's the question you're needing the answer to.
How much do you need though? Because I've actually got quite a few on me.
I need 100 and I have 26.
God dang it.
But it gives us a hand slot, Taylor. It gives us a hand inventory.
I actually might be able to help you out with this. I've got 90 on me. So between the two of us, you have 110 or so.
It only take 3
Where are you?
seconds.
So you have 20. Let me make sure I don't give you too many.
It's literally going to burn all my
Hey, man,
resources.
I've got to ration this. Was that enough? I think that
Yeah.
was enough.
It'll leave me with 4.
Well, I mean, we are producing them, so you can just cut the machines off over here and grab some.
Ta-da, you have 3 now. You're welcome.
Tool belt has been expanded.
Is that like what we can hold in our hand?
Yep. We can now hold 3 things.
That's actually really helpful. Exactly what we needed, you're right.
Just what I needed. Now note I have like 6 in my guy.
Why, do you have something giving you more?
Well, just like on my main game is 6 of
Oh,
hand slots.
Okay.
We will need a lot more rotors because we're gonna all these upcoming solutions all require many more rotors. All right, that should advance the rotors a little bit. Oh, you might want to start upgrading your conveyors to Mark IIs if you haven't already. I guess you had been.
For the main factory floor, yeah. But I mean, remember, it's kind of bottlenecked by the fact that we need those plates.
Which plates? The reinforced plates?
The reinforced ones,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm trying to do more research stuff so I can get things going. Oh, you believe that? Oh, the Explorer was within reach right now. That's what we need for doing more stuff.
The vehicle?
Yes, the first vehicle. The Explorer is pretty essential for doing like the long range travel without the hyper tubes built. It's like you saw my map earlier. That most of that map was discovered with the Explorer.
Well, I didn't see the map itself, but I get what you mean.
Oh, you didn't want to spoil it?
No, I just didn't think to hit him. I think it's Grandoisa's trying to. Why does this thing snap? This is silly.
What?
I'm trying to put down one of these conveyor lifts, right? And it keeps snapping to like the bottom of these foundations. You know how the foundations themselves are like 5 feet tall or where the heck. It's like putting it where the outlet of the belt goes into the like foundation itself, into the model.
What?
Silly.
This is the... Hey, how many more rotors do you have? This one's important because it gives us more hand slot.
We don't need more. We just got more hand
It
slots.
gives us more regular inventory as well.
I think we need that though. Okay, well, actually, I take that back. We kind of do. Okay, well, how many do you need? 'Cause
I need 25
don't
and I
have
have
very many.
4. And how many more reinforced plates do you have?
I don't have enough. Well, I'm using those. You ain't getting any of those from me. You have to come steal those out of
but
the
they're
assembly.
needed. But
Yeah, well, I mean, we have the assembly still producing them. And yeah, they're needed where I'm at. I'm building our factory so we can build more.
building the
Take
factory.
them from me, then we're gonna keep being slow. It's like you just have to wait.
All right. Do you want the sword, hand slot, and inventory, or do you want advanced steel? Oh wait, no, not advanced steel. Do you want basic steel?
I was gonna say advanced. I mean, we're jumping up a few tiers.
Do you want basic steel, or do you want the sword?
I don't fight very many things.
Those
to
are the
be
only
honest.
ones we can pick right now before we need like the resources from basic steel, and those all require rotors. We can't get hybrid tubes until the basic steel is unlocked.
Let's not do the sword.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, unless you think we really need it when we're going to like find hard drives.
The hand slot and the inventory slot are just kind of nice in general. There's 3 inventory slots.
I mean, I was thinking steel. Steel would be
Alright.
good to get going.
So
That said, I don't think we have the bandwidth to build that out right now, but you know what I mean. We can get something working.
All right, we just need the rotors, and then we have basic steel. That gives us the foundry and the steel stuff. Literally almost had a stroke there trying to think about what it gives us.
A GIF?
We will soon... What do you have in here? Why do you have hardly any limestone? Oh, you're just building faster than it moves.
You need limestone?
No, we're good on the limestone. We just need rotors.
I was gonna say, man, because I am in concrete barren over here.
Oh, there's a good bit of concrete made in the concrete supply.
Guess we just don't use that much. I need just more iron. Frankly, it looks like I'm
I
not
have
really
tons of
using
screws
my,
up here just sitting
core.
around if you would like some, and rods as well.
I mean, I want things automated. I don't have to go up there and grab a handful.
Drag a conveyor line for it.
I just need more iron, frankly. I need another iron line.
Take mine. I'm not using it.
Tempting. It is very tempting. But
Do it.
I would rather have those resources out there pumping out whatever resources they are right now. Frankly, I think that base really should be converted to make the reinforced place, just so we have some on hand.
Modular frames. Here we go. Yep.
There we go. We are now building the reinforced plates like 10% faster. Which is, may not seem like a lot, but hey, it's something.
So, do you have me 50 rotors? I mean, 46 rotors?
Oh my god. What's up with all these rotor recipes?
Rotors are like heavily used for these early recipes.
I have 42 rotors.
Nice.
That's not enough to complete that basic steel production, though.
But it's close.
Just need more screws. That's what it looks like. Oh, you put in a power shard into this thing,
You're welcome.
the rotor maker. Well, and that's literally it. We just need to build screws faster, and then that's it. We've got more rotors. Figure out how to make more screws. Coming over to steel rotors.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm putting screws in. Give me your rotors.
It's acceptable.
This is a holdup. I should have done the sword. I shouldn't have listened to you. I should have got the sword.
You're not even near me. How are you gonna hold me up when you're like 50 feet away? All right, here. I'll hand you off some, but I do need to make more assembly machines. I'm gonna hold on to like 10 of them. That'll get you most of the way there. I mean, there's some on the line here too that you can grab. Yeah, I gotta just print out the rotors. That's like 3 at least, that's all. So, do these whale ticks just sort of get stuck in foundations forever? Because I think I've seen this one glitching about.
Yep,
For,
that's literally all they do right now. Is just kind of get stuck. Almost.
We need an overcharger here. No,
The
we need more
overclock.
rods.
I got tons of rods up there. Whenever you want, you can just tap right into that line. I'm not using it.
That is a manual process.
Yeah, I'm worried about that coal, because that's going to require a lot more rotors. So how are those rotors coming? Oh wait, I have enough.
Alright. Let's figure out where can I steal more iron.
You're going to steal from my line. It's actually under... My current output for iron is underclocked right now, because I just, like, was getting backed up on it and didn't need to do anything with it.
I think we've got 2 pure iron that we're not even claiming to the east of our base.
Congratulations,
Milestone
you have steel.
reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry grants access to
nice.
new, simple steel parts. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
You can't replace a Mark II belt, right? If it's already Mark II.
You can scale down. You can go down on the belts, the conveyors.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it'll just show red, or not even let you, right? Yeah, I think I've seen it now.
Wait, I had a bunch of silica right here. What was using that? Quartz?
So is the extract speed based on the conveyor belt speed? Like if you're extracting from a storage container?
Yeah. So like, you want the pull out speed from the from storage to conveyor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's relative to conveyor speed.
Okay.
Yeah, the things I've gotten to the point is I always had to work backwards from the end to the start, just because I always put the buffers in there for the conveyors, and so I use those as like my benchmark for where to start from.
I mean, I have no problem doing that. The only problem is I have to ration these advanced plates. So I kind of have to be really choosy, very picky where I'm putting these. But I did upgrade some things a little bit, so hopefully that gets us a little bit.
When we get steel production, we'll be making those things like crazy. Because like my system, I just had so many reinforced plates, I just can't. I don't have much of a need besides building stuff with them. Because when we replace things with the Mark III, that's going to be using steel beam for everything.
Okay, let's see.
Yep.
And you manually went in and put in iron plates and screws into the reinforced iron plate thing?
The rotor. I just dumped
Just
some
the
in there.
rotor?
Yeah, just the rotor.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. That means we actually have enough production for a second iron plate. Reinforced iron plate, which is what we are in desperate need of.
Like, you can just straight up extract from the existing system up here. I kind of want to dump it anyways. Just let it feed down.
I don't want the basic resources, though. I think it would be better off making a second factory to build the reinforced iron plate, and you can pipe the iron plate down here, or put it on conveyor belts, whatever.
Congrats, you now have
But like, if
more.
you just move everything down here, I have to duplicate everything over again, and I can't really
Pocket
do that.
dimension has been inflated.
You're welcome.
Or more accurately, I'd rather not, because that's a lot of work. It's like several hours of work.
And nope, we haven't even gotten started yet on the conveyor. For the, whatchamacallit. Oh, shoot. I can't even brain right now. It's just...
Oh, it is that time.
Did we get... Yes. So...
Okay, yeah. I'm pretty good at it. Is this a splitter? How can you tell if something's a splitter?
you can
Or
just,
like you did,
you know, sample it.
What do you mean sample?
Um,
I'm using F right now to find out.
middle mouse button is sample what you had. Or sample what you're looking at.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. I feel like F is a little more convenient. Oh man. I just got done. Oh man. This is a little too spaghetti even for me, but I've got these plates, just the regular Mark I plates. They go into a splitter, which then splits, because it's coming out of two machines. One machine splits it, puts some into storage, puts the other amount into one belt, which then goes into a merger, which I guess then turns into one belt. I want to set up another advanced plate machine, so I now have to split this again after merging it. Fantastic.
Isn't that just like the best thing in the world to do?
This is some
Now
high
take note.
tier
You remember you saw my stuff. It just like splits and merges and splits and merges. There's lines that literally go nowhere because I had to stop making those things because I didn't want to make a whole new factory.
I mean, you know, dude, making a factory is a lot of work.
And not including the stuff underneath, which I had to split, merge, and like then I saw there's a conveyor line sticking its head up like a little, you know, the scope out of a submarine, and it's just like, what is coming out of this thing? I have no clue. I have no clue where it's going, but it's going somewhere. No rivets were used in the making of this gameplay.
Killing me here. And really, the problem is just space. You build things with plenty of space.
Yeah,
without
and then
building.
it's like you have to go up, you have to worry about more up vertical space, and it's like, what's above me? What's below me? And it's harder to traverse until you get the jetpack. Even I haven't gotten the jetpack yet on my setup. It just requires so many resources to get.
I mean, they sure do like the idea of locking the good things behind a huge amount of effort.
Yeah, like we can't even do anything with Caterium yet. Did you notice?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
What the heck?
Can't do things with most, believe it or not.
You get me how many? You get me 200, and you get me 200. Alright. And give it to me.
Milestone reached.
Just
Logistics can be
three.
improved with a larger storage container and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
You're welcome.
I mean, seems a little rude to thank you for something that benefits us both.
Like I said, you're welcome. All that hard work. Stackable. What's the other thing that needs to go here? Regular pipe. Alright. But yes, we can now make Mark III conveyors. So how are those rotors coming?
Well, I spent my time expanding the non-rotor portion of my factory. What was that?
A galactic sneeze.
Oh. Understandable.
An intergalactic sneeze.
Can't afford it. Oh my god. Crazy. Can't afford to hook up the machine that's producing the things to hook it up.
So what do you know about platform engineering?
Nothing. Why do you ask?
I was just curious if you knew anything about it.
What is platform engineering? Is that what you're doing at work?
No, just I was reading an article as something that some people are trying to replace DevOps with.
Oh, I see. So it's like a computing thing. Gotcha. I was thinking like manufacturing.
No. Oh, I did learn the term operational technology, OT instead of IT. So here you go. This is it. This is screws. Screws come out of this thing.
Okay. I will accept screws actually. I have need for that.
Would you
If
like?
you're gonna put in like raw copper and iron, yeah, no, thank you. But screws, I'll take screws.
I have plates as well. Would you like some plates?
No, but I will say that these. Check this out. conveyor poles that you put, like the perfect height, where if you just run off of them, you run off to the next one. Hang on. You don't even need to jump.
Yeah, you
except
get
for
kind of
last
good with that
ball.
kind of stuff.
No, you don't even need to jump, that's what I'm saying. Literally just run forward. Very unusual. The gradient is just exactly that. Anyways, let me figure out how the heck I get...
So you sure you don't want some plates? Because I have a lot of plates. Or do you literally just want
We're
screws?
talking iron plates? No, I have a need for iron plate. You can bring iron plates down here too.
Alright, I'll bring the iron plates to you.
To figure out how the heck I'm gonna merge them.
Oh, well. It's kind of ugly.
Ugly. Have you seen my factory? That is like, that is this thing's motto.
That is this thing's mother. This is grandma over
Motto.
here.
It's motto. Other, I mean, I guess, yeah, sure.
That's when she made some factories out there, you know, back in the day when you really could make things. Alright, plates are on the top shelf, or the middle shelf. Oh, would you like
Cool.
even more plates? Because I can get you even more plates.
Hey man, you just keep that plate line coming. We'll be perfectly good. You want to add more? Add more. Well, here, make a plate. Yeah, the biggest problem with this game that Factorio doesn't really seem to have, or perhaps Factorio in the way I played it anyways, is the difficulty it takes to replace things. If you want to replace a piece of your system, it takes some significant work.
Alright, there's a lot of plates coming down that plate line. I completely forgot I had a whole nother, like, tiny little factory over here that's just been hanging out. Just making plates the whole time, minding no one's business but its own.
Look at how slow those art plates are being crafted.
Yep.
That's gonna take a long time.
You can see how you can easily accumulate that 60, 70 hours. I mean, we don't even have a line for versatile frames yet. You know what versatile frames
No,
take?
we don't.
They take modular frames plus reinforced plates.
I debated making those at one point, but unfortunately,
And the advanced wiring, those take copper wire plus something else. I can't remember, but it takes another assembler in and of itself.
let's see, stackable conveyor. Let's get this going. Ah, god dang it. This is the worst possible scenario. My mergers are one on top of each other, but they don't align with your plates being on the top of the bolts. Oh boy.
See, like,
all right, well,
it seems like that when I would see them, like, I'm just gonna tear the whole thing down. Just gonna tear the whole thing down, and you just get this like itch to do it.
that's like OCD. You see, to me, my itch is to make more spaghetti. I'm feeling the Italian in me break out.
Italian in you? Do you even have any Italian in you?
You know.
Gaines Italian playing Satisfactory, a game by a Swedish company.
I have to change my name to Mario.
Look how you Adam Spolatono. Whoop, there go my legs.
Yep. But I just gotta wait for all these things to come through.
I'm not gonna lie, I've
Oh.
never had the space elevator like had any more than one thing going in at a time. It's just always been kind of difficult, at least for one person.
You mean one thing at a time?
Like, you know, the things up the phase completion, I've only had like one thing going in at a time.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Well, with the fact that on phase just requires so many of one resource. it's
Yeah, I've just been
actually
doing
not that difficult.
this past like 10 minutes. I've just been doing power.
Meanwhile, I've just been trying to resolve bottlenecks.
You're gonna spend a lot of time doing bottlenecks.
Oh, this is beautiful. That is, dude, look at this. I invented the anti-spaghetti. That's anti-spaghetti, man. Look at it.
I got some of that anti-spaghetti. It literally like phases through dimensions.
Exactly. There's no need to worry about all these twists and turns when they just go right through each other.
It's so perfect though. It's just like as one goes away, the other one appears. It's like a graphical thing, you know.
You're
Hey,
right.
You got some reinforced plates I can
This
steal?
is- yeah, I mean, I just hooked on the line, dude. Check it out. This is thing. I need a power slug in this thing now.
We use
I
some.
really do. Grab these things right out of the line. I'm producing like probably one every 2 or 3 seconds. So if you just sit on this line, you come right to it.
Could use more screws. See, I have the opposite problem in my game. I have too many screws. I have literally we have the new big containers. I literally have 2 of those as filled with screws. Well, I mean that's an exaggeration, but
I mean, it just sounds like your bottleneck somewhere else. I just keep upgrading things until the bottleneck is screws, just because.
well, see that's the thing. It's like because I overdid the completion on the bottlenecking. I have too much of one resource to like push through.
I mean, that's the whole point. There's always going to be a bottleneck. You can't get
Yeah.
rid of it.
So basically, what I just done is I just throw the screws into the awesome sink because why not? I
That's
literally just trashed
reason it
them.
doesn't really net you much. Yeah. I was gonna say screws is just so low tier. There's no way that's gonna give you anything.
Yeah, it's very very slow. I barely get like maybe a tick every other day. Can we even build those yet? No. Okay, vehicle transport. Oh shoot, this whole time we've been just making a... Just gonna get that.
Yeah, that's definitely something. How's the YouTube thing going along with you?
I mean, I don't really get subscribers or watchers. I kind of do it for myself, really.
Well, I mean, I've noticed like the views have at least been going up to some degree. Not that we're saying, hundreds of
Yeah,
views.
those are just
but
like pop-in views though. Like people who just like pop in and leave. Like today was the first time I got like a comment at all on anything. Some guy just like popped in, commented, and then booked it.
yeah, I mean, hey, that's pretty nice though. Still, it's even if people are just popping in, tells you at least you're getting on the map a little bit. The algorithm's putting you somewhere. 'Cause, I mean, you know how it is when you first begin. There's literally 0 views just because the algorithm is favoring people who are constantly uploading on at least some
Yeah.
level of schedule. And if you're not doing that, which I mean, if you're starting out, of course you're not. YouTube algorithm's just gonna make it really hard to find you. Do you cross stream to Twitch at all?
No, I never found a restream alternative because
Dang,
the actual
I mean, if
restream.
anything, that's kind of the place to do it.
I mean, I have to accept the watermark. I'm going to do that on both my
Wait, really?
recording. Yeah, because the Restream IO made it to where everything required a watermark if you don't pay for it. And then the other
That's
one
so
I was
lame.
using was called like Mop Crush, and they got like bought out and it's completely discontinued their thing, which is kind of odd because they actually had like a decent product there. I guess you could.
Well, I
say
mean, it was probably
product.
competition to somebody who had money.
Yeah, they bought them out, I guess, and made it
Bought
like
them
a
out,
premium.
just they shut them down. Yeah, I mean that's a common thing in business. It's very disappointing to hear, though. Yeah, I
So,
mean,
how many more plates can you spare me?
they're actually being created at a fairly constant pace. It's just kind of slow. I love how we just both go to that machine to grab them. Rather than actually making a proper buffer, just grab them straight out of the machine. I mean, it works.
Yeah, that assembler is a real champion right there. I mean, mind you,
mean
like
the buffer.
yeah, a lot of the things I would do when like this situation would occur, I would just straight up go out looking for hard drives and explore the map. Like I still haven't even seen all the map yet. It's a pretty big, comprehensive map.
I
And-
kind of, in some way, wish it was random. I know that's kind of crazy,
That's asking
but
a lot.
I mean, it's just you get so used to being able to tweak the map itself to your liking.
Fair enough. But like, it's pretty big as it is. Like,
True,
you know,
yeah.
one game isn't going to be like another because you're always going to come in with different knowledge. Even if you start at somewhere different.
Yeah, I definitely feel that there's enough biome diversity that you could build it. Like, in that place where our coal is, you could totally build a base there. It'd feel decently different. I mean, the topology is different enough that you'd have some level of challenge building a new base. So it wouldn't be too samey.
This is an interesting way to do it. Just like elevate it up like this.
Yeah, I don't.
And like
To be honest
in the
with you-
curve, like how did the curve get in this?
I'm glad you asked because, believe it or not, I was so lazy I didn't reconstruct this to make it straight. This was actually another line that actually fed straight out of this machine. It went straight up there and curved. But as my laziness, rather than correct the curve, I was just like, screw it. Just connect to it.
I mean, straightening out
These-
spaghetti is pretty rough.
It's just, why bother, frankly.
Oh,
At
man,
best, you could consider it like transfer speed increases ever so slightly by not having to go around the curve. But my bottleneck isn't really transfer speed, to be honest.
Yeah, and mind
It's
you,
productive speed.
in my game, I always would have even these kind of resources. I would have them go into a storage regardless.
I mean, I have that for literally every other resource. That's
Yeah.
why this thing is so complicated, because look, all these resources are coming right over here. One of every single resource, aside from those last two, get stored in here.
There's a recipe that requires steel sheets. Oh, manufacturing. When we get to the manufacturing side of things, a lot of recipes are going to require steel sheets.
Did you set up any steel?
Yeah, they're copper sheets. Excuse me, copper sheets.
Okay.
Yeah, there's copper sheets being made, but that
I've got plenty of volume over here of
nine.
copper that I can probably.
I wish I
make some
could
myself as
build the
well.
big boy, but I can't. See how big the big boy is? Look how big he is. He has 2 ins and 2 outs.
What am I looking at?
The big boy. He's in my hand. I can't build him yet. I don't have beams.
I didn't see what you were showing me,
Oh,
unfortunately.
this guy?
Oh, hang on. Stop moving around. Stop moving around. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. That is pretty chunky.
Yeah. And I had them. You saw me. I had them double stacked in my game.
Yeah. Not that I remember, but yeah.
All right.
It's getting kind of late, though.
Yeah. We definitely stayed up longer than probably intended, but we also started later.
True, yeah.
Made quite the progress, if you ask me.
We did. I mean, we've got a nice coal pipeline. We can easily go back through and make that Mark II.
We now have a
Milestone
Mark
reached.
II.
R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
Yeah, we can now
So is
whack
that-
the big enemies with a sword.
Is that an automatic upgrade, or...?
You don't unlock it at the equipment terminal.
Dang.
So he requires 2 Xeno Basher or Zappers.
Now, you know how I was mentioning earlier that there's like a health bar or whatever on my my weapon?
Yeah, those hand.
Yeah, so that was actually like the number of slots that we had on the hand. Because it was split in 2, we only had 2 slots, it looked like half of it was filled. I'm seeing now, you can see the individual lines. You can see all 4 of them now.
Ah,
Anyways,
okay,
you get what I'm
You
saying.
said it was just visually weird.
No, it's just I misunderstood the UI. Which
Oh.
it makes sense once you see we have 4 slots. It was... Anyways. Whatever. What's this about a weapon?
Yes, we have the sword now.
We need 2 Xeno Zappers. Hey, let me get your Xeno Zapper.
Where is this guy?
Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and save.
Alright. Do you want to play any more this week?
It's hard to say. I've always got something going on. It tends to stop me from the evenings.
Yeah, you stay surprisingly busy.
Feel busy. Just because I do stupid things like making RuneScape private servers.
Yeah, like how'd you get suckered into doing that?
It's funny because these things they pop up, but I don't think about them until I realize, hey, maybe that's possible, and then I jump right into it. So it's like, my brother was like, hey, I'm hosting this RuneScape Classic server. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we had like the more modern RuneScape? And he was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So I looked into it and I was like, hey, people are actually recreating it. That would be kind of cool if I made my own server. And the next thing I know, I'm spending like 20 hours figuring out how to do it and then doing it myself. So, yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, it's, you know, I guess in some way it's fun. It's a hobby. Also teaches me a little bit about Kotlin. Do you know Kotlin?
No, isn't that Java, not Java?
It is, and I don't understand it. Anyways, I saved the server, so.
Alright. If you have the sudden itch to continue building your giant factory and making the coal plant and everything, you know how to reach me. Otherwise, my site is going to be, you know, giant oil refinery after oil refinery and getting more
You're gonna
plastic
get so
going.
far into that game, you're gonna get to the point where like you don't want to go back 2 hours just because like we're super spaghetti and yours is like nice and clean, nice and sleek future factory.
Yeah, get all those
Don't give up on
refinery-
me yet, though. We definitely need to make it to oil.
Yeah, it's definitely a different process when working with somebody. Because, like, one person could be making the hypertubes out to a space, which we're really close to getting. And then another person could be, like, rolling up their sleeves, building the next factory phase or something.
Yeah, and it is nice for someone to be handling the, excuse me, to be handling the power, for example.
Oh yeah.
I could focus a little more on the factory creation.
Yeah, did you not notice I went like 4 or 5 times to go do power delivery updates?
Not especially. I've been kind of
Yeah.
focused on fixing all that spaghetti.
But yeah, notice like, if you're doing this by yourself, that goes fuse break. Now you're done for the next 10 minutes until you can build enough, fuel resources to occupy that space.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
and even when like
Cool.
the coal gets going, like it's still gonna be like an uphill challenge to make sure we balance the water and everything.
So when you say you were building out power, were you referring to like the old biopower?
Yeah, I was chainsawing things, putting it in place.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, all right, man. I'll definitely let you know
Yeah.
if I decide to do more of that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like all of a sudden, it's like I kind of want to get going on again. Like even like when I get all dreaded on my my conveyor system, it's still like, well, I guess I can kind of organize it like this, and it kind of falls into place and everything. Oh, you know how like you had that problem with like the iron plate, all of a sudden not in your conveyor, like you like in that system where you need ingots.
Yeah. Right.
Now imagine you're doing that with smart splitters, and you have that spaghetti that's above your head, and it's like, what is clogging up the system? Everything's just clogging itself up. Because the smart splitters can only do 3 outputs, so you have to select 2 that you want to output, and then you get to do an overflow if you have more than 3 items on a conveyor line, and then overflow might include with something that you do want to split somewhere else. So smart splitters actually work better with faster systems because they actually will spit things out faster and not have a clog. Because the smart splitter is always trying to keep things exiting.
So is it just it sort of balances that load between all the things?
Yeah,
it's
so
splitting?
it'll push anything out of overflow if it has like 2 items like in the queue to go out. It will just push it out through overflow regardless of what it is.
What is overflow?
So
Is that
smart
like a
splitters.
specific lane?
Yeah, so smart splitters, you do, left, right, center, and then the options are the entire item list that you have access to, plus any and overflow, and there's another one I can't remember. So overflow is anything that is not part of the any section.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Huh, that
So-
definitely sounds a little interesting.
Yeah.
It's not something that Factorio has, so that'll be like a new concept. I mean,
Yeah.
there's ways to set things up to do that, because there's something called a smart splitter, or a smart inserter, which can grab specific items, and you could probably build something, but it'd be complex, and the game doesn't really lend itself to that. So
Yeah, and I haven't
I'll
gotten
be
to
interested
the
to see
programmable
that.
splitters. I don't even know what those do yet.
hopefully it doesn't break out a scripting sandbox. That'd be
I mean,
crazy.
if you think about it, though, the smart splitters are basically like a low-level programming. Just like
I mean,
basic
it's
logic.
logic, sure, but I wouldn't call it programming.
Hey, look,
Until
ladder
you have to
logic
do like
is programming.
specific syntax. I mean, yeah, you could argue that for sure.
It gets to that point where it becomes ladder logic. Make like
Oh,
redstone
anyways.
computers out of smart splitters.
Yeah, hopefully not. Do we get any robots later in the game though? I want to like walk around on a giant mech.
There is a tractor, rail, and truck system that you can put an AI to follow a preset path, and they can load and unload themselves.
So when you say rail, is that like a train?
Yep, we get monorail.
Ooh.
I haven't
okay,
unlocked it
that
yet.
sounds really cool. Oh my god, you still haven't unlocked it?
No,
Man, that's far.
no, I'm telling you, like this, like I'm trying to speed us through unlocking these early things because they're really simple. That's why I'm like focusing all my effort on it because it
That's
just
why I've kind of left you up to like the research as well, because I know you kind of have like a clear picture of where we need to go.
That's why I was just so aggressive. I'm like, give me that mycelium, give me those rotors, like these
Yeah, yeah,
research
by all
items. You gotta get
means.
them, gotta get them in.
If you didn't do that, then we'd be like lazing around in the like early game, which is
Yeah, just
obviously not somewhere we want to
Wandering
be
around the
forever.
map looking for pods and stuff. There are a lot of free pods. I can't remember where they are. I can probably look at my map for some free pods, but I don't know exactly how to translate because we're in the far left, but not the far bottom left. We're in the far like middle left, versus me in the top far right on my main game.
Yeah, right.
You might just get to get
I
that
still think if
dedicated
we had
server
to move-
going.
Yeah, but I mean, with me hosting other junk on my server
Yeah.
now, I don't know if it'll be. With all the different applications that are kind of piling up, I don't know if it'll be able to
Yeah,
handle
you
it.
made to sacrifice that RuneScape server.
I didn't just spend 20 hours to do that, but
Whoa,
who knows? I mean, who knows? But yeah, anyways, man.